Hello everyone and welcome back to another Division 2 video today. Not video, stream, sorry. Today we have another game and I'm going to cast live. This was not really the plan originally. Also, if you remember my post on Discord and or YouTube, I was supposed not to have a lot of time. And this is still somewhat true, however, I've managed to reschedule some things. I've actually taken Friday off to have some more time for other stuff. Yeah, in the midst of all of this, I have actually managed to make a room for some more Steel Division. So I still was planning on doing one video, which is now, I guess, this cast. I've also decided that for the content for next week, I will probably be able to make 1 or 2 videos still. One actually being planned for the Stanza König will release very soon. But yeah, having this in mind, I still don't have a ton of time. The plan will be to actually go ahead and what's it called? Playing every division so that I actually get to practice as well, because I need to use my time for practice too. So we have here Stahlbrecher versus Moorbrook. Moorbrook is playing DFL, and Stahlbrecher is playing CIBG on Vanguard, because Stahlbrecher only plays Vanguard, basically. So 2 solid picks for this map. To be honest, I would have banned DFL. CL is a strong one, but I would argue that DFL is definitely the one that needs to be banned on this map. Whereas CIL, depending on the player, is definitely worth banning, but it would not be the first one. DFL would be one of the first ones that would ban, after like 9CAF and SSB. Maybe ATF too. So we do see the tractions with the FFI Partisan, with their Panzerfaust. Flamethrower failed to get in. I have been rushing this simulator because I was not sure yet whether I was going to do it. Count stops just in time, and Stahlbrecher is on the micro, moving away from that. By the way, sorry if anyone of you got stuck on the old stream. I made a little mistake and did not select the broadcast, and then instead of going back, created a new one, which is not really the idea. 59 for Stahlbrecher with a nice, impressive push, which is impressive for a slow division. This needs to be said. So he has grabbed the town here, which I think is part. Yeah, it's not part of it. Is the reason, and I'm not sure if there was any like proper infantry here, but we've definitely seen 2 of the Partisans, and then 1 M8, which means that there's basically nothing here that can hold the line, which is what is bringing him to 59 at the moment. He's under pressure up north here, but we have a lot of DM8s and Stewards at the moment, which could potentially be an issue. Partisan here in a nice little spot, but might get spotted out very soon. Shocks versus RDT. I think once the Shocks threw their Willy Pete and the RDT actually managed to throw their TNT, it's going to be heavily favored for the RDT. Might be wrong though. Getting very close to being surprised. Hello, Schüsselchusl, I don't know how you do pronounce it. And Yepaza. Welcome, welcome. So as I said at the start, you probably weren't there yet. I actually managed to move some things around and make some more time for Steel Division than I originally thought I would. So, however, the no videos planned policy is going to remain. Well, actually there was one planned, but I think I'm going to just leave it with these 2 streams now. Stu might actually surrender this one. It's going to then get surrendered by the Stuart. Oh no, it can't, because it can't shoot that close. No, it should be able to. Why doesn't it do that? Interesting. Just moving around here. And finally gets killed by the other Steward. Wow. Legionnaire coming in. One thing needs to be said. I mean, one of the issues that CL has, it has a lot of very expensive infantry. That being said, CL has some of those too. Not to the same extent though, because the Bimp is still much cheaper. It only has 2 brands though, compared to 3 or 4. So, there's that. But the Shocks are a cheaper CQC unit. And, you know, you do have the Makizar if you want to take them. And that makes a huge difference. Just quickly moving some things. Muting some tabs, sorry. Sherman coming in for the center. I mean, there's basically nothing here that can deal with that. Though there's a 75mm moving. No, it's not moving the position at the moment. So the Sherman's probably going to be able to get there uncontested. And none of these can really deal with it. So that is huge. Down here, it looks like the Sherman leader died. That's the up armor one. That is really good. So this thing now is actually huge here because now it's just the infantry. And the only thing here that has a Piat is the commandos. It is one of the signature things about CIL is it is a Commonwealth equipped division, but it doesn't really have a ton of bazookas. Bazooka-like units, Piats, which, again, all other Commonwealth divisions do have plenty of those, but not this division. Now the Stuart going down here, this is actually huge. Sherman is moving in there, so they can definitely do a little bit of damage there. Just as swingers like in air fights in the forest up north, what is the reason to use them? They are just worse. Panzergrens cause no MG42. Well, no. This is not how you should look at Legionnaire. The Legionnaire are nice because they are a multi-purpose unit. It's a hybrid unit, and hybrid unit is great. Generally speaking, Legionnaire are part of those great hybrid units. They do have, we can actually check, I think they do have shock, right? Yeah. So, and these do damage to CQC, it's chunky, it has a TNT. Of course, it's not the same as a Panzergren, but it is your line infantry in this division. It's the best you get, and honestly, double machine gun light infantry is, double machine gun light infantry is never a bad call. Panzer says, I don't know why, but I seem to struggle with CL quite often. Same here. And I guess every time I see it, it seems to be struggling. But Schallbrecher is making it work. Now the 75mm has been moving into position. Sherman is falling back. It will get it eventually, though. Transmission damage is not going to make it any better. This thing's not in range to deal with it. The lack of Piats here, very noticeable. Legionnaire and Shock pushing the Arditi and the Maro back. Stuart trying to re-engage. Spotting the Shock at the moment. Sherman coming in too. It might just get overwhelmed if there's like a Stuart over here and this one finding a side shot. Stuart versus Stuart. One pen versus one pen. Loaded wounded. So this one might actually take the win over there. Hello, Zalafain. Yeah, it's very unexpected, but I changed some things around. In theory, I should do 3 runs a week now because I'm training for a half marathon. But I just decided to drop today's and make some room. I also took Friday off. And that, you know, managed me to get quite some time. Not enough to really do a ton of content, but more than I expected. There we go. Well, it is definitely partly the expensive infantry. Like, if you look at it, the Maro brand, I mean, it's 4 brands, it is deadly, but it still is not, it doesn't, like, 30 points is still expensive for it, but this one is actually okay. The 35.1 is really the problem. Also the Flamer, it's chunky, which, you know, it's not that one, where is it? We don't have one here. But the Flamer is so expensive for what it does. Yes, it is chunky, but in terms of, like, damage output, it's really not fantastic. And then you have the issue, as we've talked about, we just don't have a ton of Hellcats going to bomb that. That might flip this flag. Would bring it to a 13-11. Although the Arditi might be able to hold that still. Veltroy coming in, no AA at the moment. I doubt it will be able to catch the Hellcat though. No, I don't think it will. But yeah, I mean, that the CQC is overpriced. This one is okay. It's a hybrid unit, right? So that one's actually okay, but the Flamer is actually really expensive. And then you have the slot costs, right? So, and you have no Piats. Like, you have expensive infantry, but not a lot of AT on them. And that combination of not having a lot of AT and expensive units, and not a ton of armor, which is this division is struggling with, right? Activation points in the AT and tank tab is not great. And I think the combination of these factors just makes it really rough in some matchups. It has some great tools, it's so hard to build, and then you can get air spam too. Grim Guy asked me if I've seen the new divisions. We are getting a 3-man MG42 unit in the new... Yes. This thing is going to be absolutely disgusting. I'm going to tell you that right away. I've seen some of them, I have not seen everyone. I've watched, what is it, 18th SS that attack power showed. I've seen screenshots of the Hungarian one, which honestly doesn't look super impressive. Which is good. We don't need more broken divisions. Although looking at the allies, that's probably a different thing. And I've seen a screenshot of the Gonastrelki one. It's really cool because I love the current corner Svelki and I love what I see there, but it's going to be disgusting. So I kind of feel like I want to play it, but I think I'm going to feel really bad for playing it. So yeah, this is the one that Protoss has released with all of them. I've not managed to get through all of them. I wanted to watch, but then he took it down because he actually published... he showed, instead of the new Hungarian Div, he showed 25th. And I haven't had time to really watch it yet. The 13-11, back to the game actually. I'm doing a bad job of this. We see Stahlbacher getting pushed out here quite quickly. He's had a good initial hold with this, but at the moment he's really only holding this one flag, and it is not a very good hold. It just has the RTT. Now I'm really not so sure what he was doing with his Sherman. Like, he was kind of wandering around all here everywhere here at the time, but never really doing much. I guess he's afraid of the blimp, which is reasonable, but a bit of a problem. One thing that I noticed is, or that we can see here now, is really the fact that he has a lot of expensive infantry, because there's not a ton here, and he has to call in, generally speaking, expensive stuff for everything he sees. And again, lack of AT, especially over here, very noticeable. AT versus Shock here, again, same thing, but this time they're already low. But I think, yeah, once they throw the TNT, it's not going to end well for the Shock. Actually, they trade. Well, there's that. Orietta coming in, no A8 now, there's a Bofus coming in. That's going to be key here. Wolverine might be able to do stuff here, but there's nothing at the moment there to be killed. The Gornadiv gets a ton of Hungary. Yeah, this one is actually really nuts. Well, the Czechoslovakian Soviet div, I'm not sure about. I have not seen it yet. However, I'm very curious about the uprising, because this one, like, this looked very interesting from the dev blog, and I'm very much an infantry player, and a lot of these divisions are infantry focused, which makes me really, really happy. And that one looks juicy, like strong on the more close range maps, and just interesting all around in terms of what they have, right? So not busted, but that one I'm really looking forward to. Having an 80-point Sherman lose a 60-point Panzervorbehold. Yeah, honestly, this is the one that I'm the most worried about. I'm agreeing with a lot of these changes, but this one specifically, I do not think that the Panzer IV should be that cheap. I know it's a glass cannon, I know it dies easily, and it has its issues, so going up against the Sherman up close is an issue, but this is exactly the weakness, right? This thing, you can use it everywhere, it's just not going to be super good up close. That's the kind of trade-off that you have. And like, with how cheap it's going to be, like 65 points, the normal ones, I think it's just way too cheap. Like, I don't mind throwing that into town against a Sherman. Sure, it will die, but you might end up coming out on top with trades overall, just because you have more of them. And I'm also a bit worried because it's gonna basically buff a ton of Axis division, like most of them, except for those that only have Stugs. And some of them really don't need it, others do. So yeah, this is the one change that I'm still not a fan of. So it looks like Stahlbacher making some ground here up north, but if you look at it, it's not a super stronghold. Sherman here has to be really careful because of the BIMP and the Sapper. Marobren are pushing forward. Again, this is a dangerous one if that runs into 50 cal half track. That's going to be struggling. Legionnaire coming in. So basically, at the moment, it's not really possible for Stahl to really get in there. The Maro will not do well against the Legionnaire. The Arditi will trade well. The regular Maro will also not do well because the Legionnaire just throws the TNT. So talking about the Legionnaire not being good, this is a really good matchup for it, actually. The one with the Arditi less so, admittedly. Satori Para. Speaking about the price thing, this is the overpriced unit here. It is chunky, which is probably the reason why this price is the way it is, but 35 points for this is really expensive. Sherman just can't push here, and you know, it would be easy for it to move in and clear this out, but Stahlbacher doesn't know what's there. He doesn't know what's in here. That's really key here. So the Sherman can't move past because there could be a bazooka. Now the Guastoripar is going to walk into the half-track on Dirtich as well. And since they don't have Pierce, they can't really do much. Fucilieri Bren, same kind of issues. This is just a general issue of this division matchup. Whenever there's armor, Stahlbacher needs his own armor to do it, but he can't always move past blocks, like areas where there's going to be infantry. Both stops the Ariete in the last moment. Up north, we do have a C-Fire coming in. Surprised that we didn't see that from the start, but now it's coming in. Arditi vs Legionnaire. This is the matchup that is not good for the Legionnaire because the Arditi is just cheaper and can do the same thing at CQC, which is throwing a TNT. Maro is coming in to deal with the shock. Stewart here, dangerously close. Looks like the Sherman died too. I guess the Dispim that moved in, not a Sherman coming in. And again, no real CQC over there. Veltro trying to fight the C-Fire. None of them are microing it at the moment, by the looks of it. We do have another Helka coming in, no A. Stahlbacher on a 59 though. However, this is the time, so DFL, sorry, can have some issues with expensive planes if there is not that many expensive targets. Right, but this is not the case. So here with 30 points minimum infantry, it can actually be okay in terms of price to, you know, send these Hellcats after those. It is worthwhile. You know, it is an investment that can work out if you can use them a few times. Whereas if it was all 20 points, not the same thing. Nice move there by Morbro keeping the Hellcat in, because he could have gone for a flanking shot on the back of the Veltro, which it didn't. Might get on the back of the Baltimore, no, of the Alcone, but it's overshooting. Veltro is still there. Fails to kill the C-Fighter. So this, I think Morbro really should call this off because the Bofors is here and he knows that. He had the Arietta being forced off earlier. And he's not microing it anyway. So if your opponent has two planes out and you're not really microing your plane, you should not keep it around. This is just not going to happen. There we go. Down it goes. It is low resilience. You have to remember that. Now, up north, we do have Sherman versus Sherman action. They have both the same stats when it comes to armor and pen. This one got a lucky pen, though. Now it's failing again. Bouncing, not a Sherman, so 2-on-1 is always better than 1-on-1, so I think it's not going to end well. Shock's still alive here, by the way. Bouncing again, wow. Guastoripara moving in against the Legionnaire Sapeur Pioneer, no chance. This thing, also 35 points, much better. Double Flamer will shred this. Still no pen. This one is just not spotting the other Sherman, just yet. Bouncing on. Once the Sapeur gets in and throws a TNT, that's going to be goodbye. There we go. What is happening over here? So, Stahlbacher still tries to push for the town. Legionnaire here is still alive, though. Marobran will probably fall to the Legionnaire Sapeur Pioneer over there. Sherman needs to retreat. He could push forward, but he doesn't know that. There's just a bimp here, which... well, no, it wasn't. I thought it was suppressed, but maybe it wasn't. And these guys do not have any AT. Not a Maro coming in. So, Stahlbacher is struggling. It is B-phase though, and he's still holding, so that needs to be said. If you look at the map, it also, like, Moorbrooke is not in a very commanding position at the moment. Like, obviously he has things on the map, and not necessarily less than Stahlbrecher, though Stahlbrecher has a lot of expensive things. But it still looks like Stahlbrecher might have outtrade him, although up north he's really strong here, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. And no Piats left here. There is a Piat unit in the recon tab, which you absolutely should take, in my opinion. There we have it, the Esploratori. He has double vetted it, though, so he doesn't have a ton of them. Marauder will clear this out, and that will bring it back to 12-12. So, Stahlbrecher. Oh, no, it's only going to pin it. He nicely dodged it. Half-track is going to move in, though, trying to surrender, or at least grab the flag. Ram 10 and Legionnaire coming in up north. Sapper down south. This is a really good spot for them at the moment because Morbrook knows that Stahlbrecher is like sitting in these forests, so having a CQC unit is nice to clear it out, but also he needs the bazooka because he knows that the Sherman is there, so you kind of do both things at once, so that's a really nice call over there. Seafarer coming in again to let him know that there's no AA over here, and he can do whatever he wants here. Can also go after the Baltimore. This one is armed. Baltimore killed the Legionnaire over here. Stuart here in a nice position to stop the supper. Is now going to get spotted by the Sherman though, and go down. Alpini goes down as well. And all of a sudden, Stahlbacher sees himself being pushed back over there. More Legionnaire and Legionnaire Supper Pioneer coming in. It's just too complicated to say. Jeez. Grimglass says, I suck with both CL and first EFL. I don't know what it is about allied devs like this that I'm struggling with. I think you're probably just not used to having infantry divisions that have very expensive infantry and are still a bit mechanized, because like the allied mechanized is quite different from the Axis one, I would argue. I personally don't struggle with it that much, but I think they're not the easiest one to play, in my opinion. Exploratory coming in here for the Pia, not unloaded though, so that could prove fatal here. No, now it is unloaded. Seafarer being forced off by the Crusader A. Yeah, Crusader A need to be very aggressively placed to really work well. However, it is in a maybe a little bit too aggressive place. Any Sherman here would kill that. Any Stuart would do the trick as well. So, quite risky. Morrow versus Legionnaire Supper Pioneer. Might be able to do the trick here. Half strike might get too close here, actually. Supper, though, is a great counter to it. Because throw a TNT and it will die. Crusader actually moving in. So, I guess to do infantry support. They're absolutely shredding infantry. However, there's a bazooka. And there's a bazooka. And there's a bazooka. So, he might lose it. That's also his AA. And Muruk has been using his Air Force quite a bit. So, this might actually die here, which would be really bad. And down it goes. I'm not really sure why he pushed that. He was so careful with his Sherman here earlier, which was the right call, because he didn't know if he didn't know that this was CQC in here. It could have been, or what kind of CQC? It could have been a Supper, could have been a BIM. But now he decided to move in with his Crusader A. I'm really baffled by that. It's a very odd choice. 13-11 for Moorbrook, though. As he finally grabs the north, he has cleared out the Mar over here with one bombing run with his Marauder. More beams are now coming in, so bazookas for days, really. And I don't think the same can be said about Stahlbrecher's armor, really. Let's do it for the center, but they can't really do much against the Sherman. Now, this thing, the OB it has a heat shell. It's only 6 meters of penetration, though. But with a side shot, it would be very dangerous. If Stu can also get a side shot on it, ooh, that would be very bad. Missed though. Sherman can now turn, which he starts doing. So I guess that's going to be it. Maybe. No, it doesn't look like it. Ouija now needs to fall back as the M8 is also opening up. Not a Crusader coming in down south. Sherman actually needs to be very careful now. Fuchilero Bren is coming in again, also not really a CQC unit, so he's going to struggle now because he's running low on CQC by the looks of it. He would probably call in more if he had it. Yeah, so just calling the Fucilieri Bren. And do we have them anywhere? We can... There we go. These are the 35 points one. Quadruple Bren, which is nice, but again, it's a bit expensive for what they do. Especially if you want to use them for CQC against the Supper, because it just throws the TNT and it's done. Same thing with the Legionnaire. So I think Moorbrook might have turned around that game at this point, because it's not that Stahlbrecher can't come back in C phase, it's just that if he's really out of CQC, it's going to be very rough. So this assumption I think this might be over. If he's not actually out, I think it's a very different story. So there's still hope for him, but not looking very good at the moment. Baltimore going for a big bomb run here. Juicy target, rich environment. Marauder also went for a bomb run here. The flamethrower, look at that. The flame is still alive. That's a survival expert here. Wow. He just refuses to die. Sapper here actually very close to the Sherman now. Sherman is falling back. Fuchidari Bren moving in. Again, not ideal against Sapper. Maro coming in, but also not ideal against Sapper. Now we have the Bersaglieri. I can't remember what they do. Rieta coming in. Bofus is now in a better position because here he couldn't really see super well, but now it's probably going to stop that in time. The Rieta is also not super fast. It is medium resilience, which is one of the reasons why you take it sometimes. But it has its issues, of course, with the low speed. Baltimore coming in. Wolverine here up close, but again, Bim's over here, so he needs to be very, very careful. Bofus will not be able to stop the Baltimore. What is he going after? This blob right here. Ooh, this Bomberon also did quite some damage. Fire coming in. If he's not careful, the Crusader might actually kill that, although it's no vet, so maybe not. Maybe not. Third 11 again, though, with... What did he re-grab? Oh, he grabbed that one. Nice move there. Killed the Sabur here. If he can kill the Legionnaire, which tomorrow is probably not going to do since the Legionnaire just throws the TNT, he might be able to get this flag, but he's going to run to the next problem, which is this half-track. He doesn't really have an answer for that. Oh, Mara doing quite some damage, but there we go. TNT goes down. Bimp is moving in, so the Wolverine days are numbered. More Fuchilary Brand coming in. Sherman here is also a little bit further back, but if you move in a little bit closer here, could cut off the reinforcement road over there, which would be pretty much the end of Stahlbrecher's attempt of regrabbing the hill over there. Baltimore did get in, yeeted its bombs, pinned the Legionnaire, maybe killed something, but there's a big push coming here as well, which could also be quite problematic. Now we can actually see what the Bersaglieri do. I forgot what to do. Up north, things kind of slow down a bit. Fuchilary Brand pushing again. They also, by the way, 35 points and they also don't have TNT. If you compare it with these guys, 30 points, do you have a Panzerfaust? Also 4 Brands, 5 Lee Enfields. You have 2 men more. I'm not sure that is worth 5 points more and losing the AT. So, just want to point that out. We're moving in again. Moving back again. Alright, these guys have 1 Bren, 2 Thompsons, 20 points, recon and recon. Everything triple vet here now. That's really nice. Crusader actually in a dangerous spot. If the Supper ever move forward, they will soak that. Krabi is still holding. Guasatori Para, I don't think we'll be able to win against the Supper. Fuchilary Brand here gets forced off by Supper Pioneer. And that's going to be the end of that. The Beam here has... No, it has moved over here. Wolverine has dodged it, though. I don't think any of these wreckages to Wolverine. No. I think it's that one that just moved down south here. Storipara versus Supper. Supper should not be able to throw the grenade. However, it is... Yeah, now he's ground attacking. So now he is going to be able to throw that. And down he goes before he can surrender the Supper. Hellcat still got in, despite the Crusader aping here. It has moved further forward. Legionnaire here died. Supper still alive though. Could move forward and kill that. I guess Murbruk is not paying attention. 2 of those. I mean, if one of them can, like, catch a TNT, and the other one can continue engaging, maybe, with the leader over here. No, they didn't do enough damage. They're also moving, so that's never going to work. And we have another Marauder coming in. It's going to kill that Supper here, which can't really do... Oh, DT, sorry. Which can't really do much against the half-track, other than throwing grenades into it, like regular ones, as well as the ones that he can throw into open-top vehicles, if you're close enough. So Marauder wasn't really needed there. It's probably going to survive. Crusader is not going to do enough damage to kill a Marauder. Grim Guy says, units like Marauder after should almost never be on their own. They need to be in pairs proper to beat Flamer and TT. Disagree. Against Flamers, they do well. They don't do well against this kind of Flamer, because that is a super good Flamer. But a regular Flamer, like, they generally tend to beat. Because they do enough damage. That is really what it comes down to. However, with the MP4 debuff, like, against a Sturmpire, which is the classical Flamer, I guess, that is not a Gigabuster Flamer, this is not so true anymore. But still, generally speaking, SMG units win against Flamers. But of course, again, if you go against double flamers, there's no debate. You need to be on in pairs. Then you're absolutely right. Alpini leader trying to dodge TNT, or not dodge, but like moving away so that the Legionnaire just can't throw the TNT. Crusader moving in to pin the Legionnaire. That's actually a really good move. Bombing run, unfortunately for Stahlbrecher, couldn't do it. So at the moment, Stahlbrecher really needs to... We have to watch this, right? I do want to move away to talk about... To look at where Stahlbrecher could make plays to save him. Oh no, Sabur's going to kill the Crusader. Morbrook has finally realized his opportunity here. Legionnaire throw the TNT, Alpini leader go down, another Sherman coming in, and the Wolverine. Is he out of infantry? He's bringing in yeah, it's very suspicious the amount of recon units that we see all of a sudden. This is usually a sign that people are running low in infantry, because otherwise they would bring proper infantry. Like, sometimes it can definitely make sense to bring that CQC unit, like that recon unit, on its own. However, as we've just established, most people don't do it. Most people forget about it. So now moving in, it could be dangerous to the Shermans. Shermans need to fall back. They are. Wolverine is not. That is definitely dangerous. So at the moment, it's not really looking good for Stahlbach. I don't really see where he wants to make more ground. This flag is grabbable, but he needs to be smart about it. He actually needs to put something here to not lose that flag. This one he might be able to get back if he can deal with the Sherman, which is not an easy task. This one probably not going to happen because he will need to go through a lot here to do that. Arietta through the bombs, probably going to die to the Wildcat, and Stahlbrecher surrenders, which is very understandable, honestly. Not much he could do. He was heavily outrated by Woodbrook. Just another case of CL kind of not doing as well as you would want it to do. I really do just think this division is not that good at the moment. Technically it is, but I have yet to see a player who can really play well. Well, it's not entirely true. I've seen Yapasa playing it well in the past. I've lost to someone else playing it very well, but it doesn't happen very often. It's just overpriced and you don't have enough AT on a lot of your infantry. At least the AT issue is especially very important against a division like DFL, which really plays like a mechanized division and not like an infantry division at all. Yeah, he got some good openers with stack hands, but it's only the partisans that he killed, which is not huge. He killed it, never mind, he killed Bim Ben Legionnaire. That's also huge. But then they got killed by the stewards, and that was the end of that. And then we had their mates coming in, doing quite a bit of damage too. I mean, if we just look at the opener, like the first few minutes, we can see this is so blue. And remember, these are not cheap units. Like, some of them are 25 points, yeah, but that's the cheapest it's gonna get. So there's that. Stahlbrecher managed to come back a little bit, but just not enough. And then, yeah, there already came the next few punches from Morbrook. And I think, again, like, the Air Force is really nice that you get in CL, but in this case, it just couldn't perform enough. We've seen a lot of Shermans getting good kills as well. And then the air spam, of course, was, I think, kind of nail in the coffin, because, yeah, you can't do much against that. Look at these massive wins. I think this was the CQC plop, or some of the CQC plops that we saw. Then we had the bazookas getting good kills. Yeah, that was not a good game at all for Stahlbrecher. Again, if you look at his kill list, Sherman did well here. Stack out a little bit. And that is not that much. Another Sherman. And the Wolverine, I guess, but it's about that. Stewards have absolutely been bullying Stahlbrecher here. And again, this is the issue, right? Like, a lot of these infantry units don't have AT, or at least not AT full to range, where it can really contest the steward unless it gets really, really close. So the Panzerfaust, yeah, they do have a Panzerfaust, some of them, but that doesn't really count for the point that I'm trying to make here. You don't have anything that is above 120 meters, which is quite noticeable. And this is why some of these units have been really bullying the crap out of him. And we can see that. Like, just look at how the Light Army have performed. All of these units getting insane melee. This is the first infantry unit that actually kills more than one unit. And we have, yeah, the air spam starts, of course. Some that CL can't really deal with as well. And then Legionnaire doing Legionnaire stuff. I mean, yeah, none of these were really meant to fight this. Because again, TNT counters all of these units super well. And that was the end of that. Infinite bazookas versus a few Panzerfaust and AT grenades. Yeah, basically. I mean, it would not be as bad if, you know, there wasn't a lot of armor. But since there was, the few Panzerfaust and AT grenades just don't do it. Like, it's not enough. We saw this very well right here. But it was a good attempt. It definitely was. He got the good side too, which definitely helped him at the start, but it just couldn't do enough for him. So let's wait for game 2 then. I might be doing another like quick play game once it's done, depending on how long game 2 takes, because I want to practice. So I've anyway decided that since I managed to find some time for a little bit more content, my original plan was actually to change this week's video that I still wanted to do, which was planned to be the game 2 between Curb and WF, which I guess is going to come out next week or the week after. I decided to change that to a playing a division so that I at least can get some practice and do a video, because I really need to practice more. I think yesterday's stream showed that, the 2 games that I did. I really need to practice a little bit. Because I do have some tough opponents coming up. I have to play against Attack Power, and he's not playing as much anymore, but he's still very good. And then Espresso, of course, is, I think, the biggest threat here in my group. So he won a tournament game, actually, tournament recently. So that actually makes me very scared. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's we can actually, you know, quickly go into the divisions at least and talk about like the issues. But we kind of touched on it, why I think CL really struggled in this matchup. This is a build that I made at some point. I'm not claiming that it's the best build. I still don't know how to build this because it is so painful to build. Like, slot costing is really expensive in some areas. First of all, your AA is bad and it's also expensive. Your T-tab is getting expensive and you really need it in this division. I would also love to put these in, but you can't. So you take the Esperatori, which maybe you need to unvet. So that he double vetted them at 2, which means you get... Oh no, he has... Okay, you have 2 cards. Never mind. Not as bad. But yeah, I mean, everything here is expensive, right? Like, even the RDT is not cheap. Then this, again, 30 points compared to the Fucilieri Bren. Yeah, it's 2 men more, but we talked about it. 5 points more, no AT, really bad. The leader is actually really nice. Oh, you also get a leader with Piat. That's really important. I think we didn't see that. We saw this one. And this one you really need to include, in my opinion. And this one is the next thing. Just way too expensive. 35 points for this is... I don't remember when they changed the price. I think maybe they did it when they introduced Shock. Maybe that was the reason. But still. But yeah, and I mean, like, if the game was going longer, this situation right here is one of the biggest issues against like a division like DFL, because DFL has good planes, so you're not going to force them off super easily unless you basically fly direct into the Crusader. You're not going to stop that Hellcat. I think that's one of the bigger issues that CL had in this matchup. Grim Guy says, I remember Guastatori Paraflavors being the strongest CQ units in the game at one point. Not sure if they still are. I don't think they are, to be honest. I don't think I've played when they were. Or maybe I just wasn't good enough that I didn't notice, but I don't think they are at the moment. No, most certainly not. I think the double flame is win, generally speaking. Predators plus Flamer and TNTs. Are these guys, you mean, the... Wait, did they really have TNT? Guastatori Para? Because then, yeah, that would have been insane. I think the ones you mean are the these guys, also Italian, Pionieri, because these are really good. Flame and TNT, Berettas. This is probably the best CQ in the game. We could debate whether it's this or the one in SSB that has kind of the same loadout, but that one has fewer SMGs and fewer men, but it has commando, which kind of makes up for this a little bit. So, but yeah, I mean, those are really good, but they are not overpriced in any way. I mean, they're 30 points, which is adequate. I mean, yeah, we can actually look at, we can actually compare to them, right? So the Satori Para have what? About the same number of men, fewer, I think one Beretta less, and it's 35 points for some weird reason, which doesn't really make an awful lot of sense now that we think about it, right? I don't know. I have no idea why they decided to do it that way. I really have no idea. I mean, the only mistake that Murro could have made um, might have let things to go in a different way. It would have been if he, let's open it up real quick. There we go. The FL, again, it's probably not a good build, but we can ignore that. The only mistake he could have made is not taking these guys and throwing Legionnaire against the Flamers, and instead using a lot of these, these guys. Which, to be honest, for the price, would probably also be an issue for CL at some point, but it's about the only thing he could have done wrong. Because these were actually really nice to counter the armor. Pimp are okay, Legionnaire are, we know it, in a lot of units matchups there, they were good. In a few they were bad, but that's just how it goes. Yeah, it's just, there's just the integers, not much you can do wrong. But just get, you get all the light armor that you want, which you took. Would have been a major mistake if it didn't. And then he didn't need much more. Again, these also absolutely devastating for CL. Just can't deal with it. So yeah, I honestly can't really see a way of how Muru could have even mismanaged to build this, like made a bad build that could have been countered by CL. I just think this counters CL actually really nicely. Which I think you also saw. So let me see if there's any word on game 2. I think it's going to take a moment probably. I also don't know what they picked or banned so far, so we're just gonna have to wait a bit. But yeah, back to the question that actually came up earlier, and I started discussing, but haven't really had time. So yeah, I have not seen a lot of these new divisions yet. I've seen 18th, which looks pretty good actually, for an infantry division. Of course, again, more focused on mid to close range maps. But for those, that is a division. I would definitely want to play that. The Hungarian one so far not super impressive. Hold on, I can. It's been a build somewhere. And the Goddess Welcome one looks really juiced, especially with the IS-1s. Like, you get a lot of them, and it is a good unit. It's not so good if you go against Panther, as we've seen in the stream in yesterday's stream, the games that we casted there. But against, like, Western allies will really struggle a lot against that. And even a lot of German divisions that don't have access to Panther, that's going to be so annoying for them to play against the IS-1. And a lot of Soviet divisions will struggle too. Basically, anything that doesn't have, like, Panther-like penetration will, or higher, will struggle against that. So, and it's not that expensive if you think about it. It's like 135 points. Like, and that's in the cost range of Panther, which arguably is expensive, but it is much less killable than the Panther. It's like in line with the Jumbo, but it has better pen, basically. Yeah, the Turan 2s and Soviet Tapes is an acid combo too, but at least it's not that expensive. I'm actually not so worried about the Turan 2s. I think from what I remember from looking at the one build that I've seen, it looks okay. Like, the armor itself is not the issue in my opinion. The Hungarian armor that they get, but in combination with something like the IS-1, that's going to be really disgusting. We can actually look at it real quick. make a comparison if I do have a third armor build, which I do. No, wrong tab. Oh, this is an old one too. There should not be a commander in there, jeez. You definitely see which divisions I have played recently. Whenever I show a division on stream and I'm saying like, oh no, this is a bad build. This is a division that I haven't played in ages, or at least I haven't played in ages in quick play, because I always build a new deck for tournament games. But yeah, it's basically, I mean, it's a jumbo with 30 less armor, and that makes a difference. However, still a lot of units will not be able to kill that. So those 30 millimeters of armor, while noticeable, are not as noticeable as you'd think. But it's 5 points cheaper, and you get a gun that actually pens stuff. Like, there's a lot of units that will be bouncing a shot from a jumbo indefinitely. Now I need to find something that has an IS-1. 26 as one. But this thing, it doesn't have... It has more range too, by the way. But I mean, still basically impenetrable. Good pen. And you get way higher ability than the one IS-1 commodity that you get in some divisions, like 26. That thing is going to be absolutely disgusting. So, yikes. Yikes. This unit, really strong. I'm not really looking forward to that experience, not gonna lie. You can actually, hold on, let me open it up. I just need to find the picture. Gonzo has sent a few screenshots in the Discord, so everyone can see them if they want to. It's not exclusive. There we go. I need to switch to displays. Ooh, no. Oh no, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. So this is the one that has been posted. It's just a build. I can't see all the things yet, but I mean, we get the IS ones, of course, and like we don't even see what the A phase ability is. I think it's 3 from what I've read. But like 6 IS ones in B phase, like this is gonna be so annoying. And still have all the good infantry. Like these guys, it doesn't even bring the Gorno Saperi, which is a shame in my opinion. It's 15-point grenade thrower and SMGs, which is really good. But yeah, you have good AA, you have Saperi Rocks, you have Gorno DT, 2 cards of them, which is huge, especially in combination with these two, because it means that you actually have double machine gun units, which 126 Gorno struggles a bit, kinda. And the regular Gorno are nice too. And then on top of that, you get again the Gorno. There we go. We have the Gorno After, which is a really strong SMG unit with TNT. So this thing is going to be disgusting all around. And then you have this armor on top of it. Like as an infantry division, it's going to be strong. And then you have the armor on top of it. And these would make it still strong, but okay. But then you have something like this is basically unkillable for a lot of divisions. Especially some of the more like CKC mid-range divisions that this is going to be fighting against. Like this is the maps you're going to play this again on. That's not going to be fun. It's not going to be. This one looks really disgusting, to be honest. Which is kind of sad because I was really excited for. We kind of knew this from reading the devlogs, honestly. I was really excited for this one because I love like these infantry divisions. And I love 126 Cornerstrike. It's one of my favorite divisions. It's not super good, but it's one of my favorite divisions. So I was really looking forward to this one. But this one, I just don't like playing divisions when they feel disgusting. And this one, this one looks like it's going to be feeling disgusting. So I'm not sure if I should look forward to it or not. But I'm definitely interested to see how it does. So I've only seen that one, and I can see if I can find the picture for the Romanian one too. I'm very curious what the units are on that one, because this one I really don't know if there's anything new. Maybe some of you have already watched the video from Protoss. You can tell me. Max, how are you? What do you think about the new DLC divisions? Well, yeah, we were talking about that. We're happy with this new one. I really like from what I've seen so far, it looks interesting. I'm a little bit afraid that some of them are quite powerful. But I like the channel direction. Like, they look interesting and I like them. Especially, I'm more of an infantry player, and they're mostly infantry divisions, which makes me super happy. So there's that. Well, your English is perfectly fine, so no reason to apologize for it. So this one, yeah, I don't know. I think this, hold on. This one I think is new. I don't know what this unit does. Haggis are now 20 points, which is huge. Honestly, for the Hungarians, that was really needed. The one division I don't want to see with 20 points Haggis now is Kessel, because Kessel was really strong before that, and now if you get 20 points Haggis, it's going to be disgusting. I think this is a unit that already exists. But yeah, armor only in B-phase by the looks of it. It's basically, I don't really see much new here. This seems to be new. Other than that, I don't see anything that's super new here. It's just a new mix of known Hungarian stuff and some German stuff. So it's going to be a more CQC. It's going to be a more CQC Hungarian division. I think that's basically what it's going to be. With a lot of issues. But you know, your AT tab at least makes up for part of it. So just that. Person says, I'm looking forward to the reveal of 208 infantry. The inf doesn't hold up in that they reckon will be a flop. If the inf doesn't hold up in that they reckon it will be a flop. I have seen a screenshot of it, something. We can check if it is somewhere over here. Is this one? Yeah. This is a screenshot that was posted as well in, in the FOB Discord. I mean, just look at that. Look at that. And the price. It's not super big, but it's actually a little bit misleading because you have 3 MGs in there, so that's already 4 man. These take away from the long range firepower for sure, and you definitely want to fight long range with this one. But like this right here, whoo, that's gonna be spicy. So from what I've seen, but I mean, this is if the rest of the, from what I've heard, the division is basically 352nd, but with less light armor and no Panther in A phase and Yak Panther. So that looks really bad, honestly, and I think that makes it so if it's so weak in A phase, then this is actually okay. That's my take on it. If they make it this cheap because the rest of the division really sucks in A phase, I think it is okay, and then the division as a whole can be balanced, I think. So that's my opinion on that matter. Yeah, so the only basic runs is an issue. If you have less things to support it, but yeah, the MP44 buff will be huge, so that could definitely be huge for 208 as well. So, but I mean, there's quite a few divisions actually that are going to be really strong. We already knew that. The MP44 buff is nothing new. I actually wanted to do, because I wanted to play good divisions now, that I might actually play in League for practice for the next few playing of divisions. And as I said earlier, I think next week, because I've limited time, and the original plan was, as I announced, to make no to very little content. And I since changed my mind to probably just doing more playing every division. Because that means I can still get content out and I can practice at the same time, because I really need to practice. But the one that I wanted to do was Vulcan Panzer. I can't find it, but so this one I actually postponed now since the patch is dropping probably relatively soon. We don't know the exact date, but I'm sure they can announce that in Friday's dev block. But I mean, you get this thing, which is probably going to be decent then. It's already usable now for 20 points, really. You have this, no, wrong one. This thing, which is going to be really good then, probably. You have this thing, which is going to be pretty decent. So that division is definitely going to be quite interesting after that one. Next, we can work our way up and decide which ones are going to be interesting. No. A little bit, it has one MP44 unit. Russell, not really. Viking, no. 50 bigs. I hope they don't make it 30 points. But yeah, so I've heard I've heard people saying that MP44 changes in nerf because it's less damage. It's strange as most engagements are down, just down suppression. Yes, 100% agreed. So the issue with MP44s, for anyone who's not aware yet, is that the MP44 doesn't do enough damage to kill things. But it will still you will still use the lose the suppression fight because it doesn't do enough suppression, but it also doesn't do enough damage to kill things in that time. So I would argue taking away damage, which it clearly hasn't enough at the moment anyway, is not a nerf, because as long as you buff suppression, you really help in this division. Apparently now, the like 78 Room is another one that's going to profit a lot from it, so we're going to leave the chronological order again. But like, these guys apparently are supposed to win against the Panzergren now at 300 meters range. Which, you know, they're kind of supposed to, in my opinion. Because that's the thing that they do. So I would definitely not call this a nerf. For me, this is a buff, as it is also set. I think there's I don't think there's any debate there about this being a buff, in my opinion. Or at least it shouldn't be. But as this one is also going to profit, of course. What other divisions are going to profit from it? I think they have MP44 recon in it, but that doesn't really count all that much. Other divisions that, so this one's definitely gonna profit. This one's gonna profit a bit as well. Hardneck as well. Lazar will also get quite a bit better, I think. Portfolio Mega has one MP44 in it that might be really busted then, because it's already quite strong. Castle, no. Lair, no. Jaeger might actually. Jaeger's gonna be interesting. I think it's still not gonna be good, but at least the Shroom Jaeger's gonna be quite a bit better. So that's gonna help the division out for sure. One thing I'm wondering, will the gap between the M1 Caravan and M4 be much larger now? Obviously, the M1 Caravan is worse, but I wonder if the change will completely shift the balance. Interesting question. I don't know. No idea. That's a good question, yeah. No way MP44 units doing what they're supposed to do. Yeah, it's hard to grasp. All right, moving on. No. This one will also no. This one, it's gonna get better, so that's nice. Already covered Walter. This one I think doesn't have any MP44. This one neither. Tetao has some. Forgot the name, but they have an MP44 unit, so that's definitely gonna be profiting as well. Tatra too has one. It's not going to be massive for division because it's just one unit, but it's going to matter. I think it's going to make a difference unless they make it more expensive, which I really hope they don't. But if they do, that's actually going to suck a lot for that division. Then I'd rather have the old one, probably. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. This one, no. Ski Jäger was already brought up in the chat. I think Ski Jäger is going to be a lot better because these guys probably going to do quite all right then. And you have... these guys as well. And MP44s. Probably going to do quite decent as well then. So this one I'm really curious about. And once they get the buff, supposedly there should also be better at CQC then. So curious for that. And the one I was also mentioned, I kind of overlooked. Actually, what used to be one of my favorite divisions might claim that spot back. It's going to be Großdeutschland indeed with the Großdeutschland Sturmgruppe. And the other one with the MG. This one is apparently going to 25 points because it is too strong for 20 points when the changes happen. So just that. All right, so I spent a lot of time talking. Game 2 is about to begin apparently, and I still need to quickly go to the toilet. So I'm gonna do a little speed run on that. I'm trying to catch up first, and then you can watch them deploy and make out what you can out of that. I'll be back in 2 minutes, promised. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, I've seen HSS. We've just talked about it actually a little bit earlier. Let's catch up. Someone said it looks like the new allied diffs are mostly better than the new Axis diffs. Yes. Very much true. I think this pretty much already came apparent when we read the dev blogs, but it's definitely true. To be honest, I'm not really concerned about it in general. For me, it's more important that a division is playable and interesting to play. And this so far looks to be okay for the one Axis division that I've seen, which admittedly is probably the strongest one. And I've seen the Hungarian one, at least a screenshot of it, and that one doesn't look impressive, but it looks playable at least. So yeah, I personally think that it is okay at the end of the day, as long as the divisions are interesting and playable, and as long as none is broken. I'm more concerned about having another broken division in the game, like SSB or at the moment 9cav is, and SSB used to be. So as long as it's not the case, I'm not that worried about it, to be honest. Because I don't feel like that a DLC needs to be balanced, that both factions need to be equally good in a DLC, as long as overall it doesn't really shift the balance too much. To be fair, Soviet faction could do with some love. No, really not. Soviets are really good at the moment. They're not broken, but they don't need more buffs. Like, they really do not need it. Like, some of the top divisions at the moment are Soviet ones, like 7 Guard Mechanized, or 7 Mechanized, maybe it's Guard, I'm not 100% sure. Mechanized, 84 is still very good. 97, if you can play it, is still pretty good. 9cav being an absolute monstrosity. We actually have Hermann Göring here versus Lassar. Not really sold on the Lassar pick, to be honest. I don't think this is a Lassar map. And it's very much a Vanguard map, by the way. Someone said the Allies got the better end of the new diffs, but the Axis got 2 major buff. Yeah. To be honest, the one faction that I think I would be worried about the most would be Western Allies at the moment, since they haven't really gotten any buffs. And they were seen as really broken for quite a while. However, I feel like with everything getting cheaper and a lot of the Allied tools, like Western Allied tools, not getting cheaper, I really feel like they will be in a challenging position. Not necessarily they're going to be bad or much weaker than the other ones, but I think it's way easier for them to get out-traded. Puma versus SPW here, so Schalbrecher going for the classic push here. Oh, APC not being turned off. Fails to kill the SPW 233. We do see a little bit of a push here, but not super strong. Interesting deployment here. He tries to use the MP44C. I'm not really sure if he can manage to get across there, though. Not a super heavy deployment. Quite a bit of AT, but if all these armor units push over there, there's not really much you can do. Now this is very much favored for Lassar. Yeah, Lassar. Just in terms of what we have here. Not necessarily in the matchup per se. But the Panzerpinion, of course, is great CQC here. Because Schalbrecher won't have much cheaper stuff anyway. Hold on, what's the difference in loadout between 8, 3, 1? Oh, this one has 2. This one will win, especially if there's more of them. Yeah, this thing can't really do much. We have Schrumpais coming in. That's going to be problematic, to say the least, for the Panzerpinion. So they can't throw the TNT. But it's going to get overwhelmed in the town, and then there's going to be 2 flags for Schalbrecher right away. Which could prove to be problematic. The moment there's 1, he's lost that one. Target Sturm Grenadiers now moving in. Panzer IV, actually really dangerous here because the Panzer IIIs and the Panzer T-34 and, you know, all the light armor here can kill that. Quite easily, actually. Oh, Puma sniping actually killed the armored car here. We have a T-34 coming in as reinforcements. Now this thing is also 30 points, so just going to trade expensive pioneers here. But these are going to be delayed enough that I do think Moorbrook will be able to grab this. Schalbrecher now getting the 2 flags though. And he's pushing for more. Wow. That's probably a little bit of a bad call, because again, yeah, there's a Stück. I can easily just stop all of this. So, not the call I would make at this point. Pushing passes can be done at sometimes. It's not that you can't. It certainly is it's a good call at times, but maybe not when you don't know what's there. J87 though can kill that. There's no EA in sight. But Moorbrook needs to get vision on it, or maintain it, which the Panzergun will do. And he needs to not waste any more units. I think that's going to be key here. He's trying to reinforce the south with a Panzer IV though, to really secure this. I think this is the point where Stahlbecher should just accept his losses. It sucks if you have two Sturmpires here, but yeah, he needs to revert them, and he needs to go defensive. This one should probably stop here. Just an AT gun here and machine gun, maybe some recon, and that should do the trick. Stück has died. Panzerschreck got in here though, so some of the armor might die. There's no infantry to go in front of it. Guerrilla coming in, but that can't do much more against these now. Light armor already being diverted over here. Panzer IV might actually arrive there in time to stop that. However, they can kill the Panzer IV too. That could be absolutely devastating. Puma goes down to the Panzer T-34. I just should call it T-34. I usually start reading things and I can't stop anymore. So there's that. Recon going down here. Town has been re-grabbed. 17-7. Flamer here pushing forward. I might actually go down here. That's going to flip all of this. Well, no, the Panzer IIIN is coming in there. Puma died by the looks of it. This Panzer IIIN is maybe a little bit far forward. Same for the Harman Göring Sturmgrenadier. Now this thing has 8 of those plus 3 G43s. Whereas just 8 of these, so both are shocked. So at sea, you can see this one will win. Not by a lot, though. Not a Stück 3 coming in. This can be killed again, potentially, by the Ju-87, if there's no AA coming in, which doesn't look like there is. I mean, this is the issue, right? If you get pushed back that hard, and Moorbrook is losing hard, it's like... Making the choice between buying AA and not buying AA is you have two bad choices. Like, you're gonna lose harder if you buy AA because you can't buy stuff that you desperately need on the ground. If you don't buy AA, you're gonna lose even more stuff on the ground. And he's not even gonna get air spammed at the moment. There's one maybe there's a second one. I don't think it's reloaded yet. So there's that. And now there's an SKF set 7-2 coming. This is gonna be blocked. This is also why it might not be the best call to go so deep. Because it's so easy to just, like, even if he saw it now, he could call an A and might be able to stop it. Stück 3 is also falling back. It's a nice move there. Pack 40 now coming in on the hill, though. I think the guerrilla is actually the bigger problem here. He should really think about how he wants to kill that. But I can't see Moorbrook coming back from this well, though. Panzer III versus SPW. SPW is still turning. Panzer III is going to get a shot off, get the kill. Pack 40 is not in a position where I could spot it. So this push actually thinning out quite a bit, though. Yak Panzer IV coming in. It's not something that Stück can easily deal with. Pack 40 got a first shot off on the guerrilla, but missed. It's going to be absolutely key here. Second one does not. Guerrilla goes down. SPW here finds a shot on the Panzer Pioneer Lassat. Fails to kill it, though. It's going to get out of range. No, it doesn't. Line of sight. It doesn't, though. I thought it would. Panzergun just chilling here. Sturmpires... Oh, he's going to do an encirclement. Wow. Well, that can be fixed. It would be absolutely... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he's calling it in to pin. This is a really bad call usually. However, sometimes it can work. If you actually are ready to move in then, and if you just want it to pin, that is not the worst call. Because now, yeah, everything is pinned. Won't do any damage, but it will pin all right. And there we go, 18-6. Panzergun moving in. Might be able to surrender this T-34 moving in. I think this is the bigger deal. And he might want to put that on a fast move order, though. Sturmpires, though, not in a position just yet. 19-5. Not looking very good for Moorbrook. Again, I just do not think that this is a good match. He's bringing another guerrilla because he's very concerned, obviously, about some of the infantry here. However, I think the bigger problem is the armor. He needs to get past that first. Oh, no. The Pack 40, of course. That's why. Makes sense, then. I'm not saying anything. Never mind that. Yeah, T-34. Well, actually, it's good that it was on an attack move order because now it can suppress them again. Flamer coming in. Yeah, he decided that it's better to just move through. He might surrender things as it drives past. And he might get in here. The Panzer IV is going to deny that, but, was a good call. Shrimp now, oh, they're gonna cut them off and gonna surrender everything here. Oh, that's gonna be so painful. Panzerpioneer here will win against the Panzergren. Easily, actually. 19-5 still, and Morbrook needs to fix this fast, or he's gonna lose this. Damn. What an impressive game. Shrimpire are back in time before all of these can recover, and they should easily win against the Panzerpioneer. Like, even if you do the ground attack trick, he's actually done it ahead of time, which is going to be really nice because it's actually going to pin this as it walks into it. That's a really good move. And now it's going to reveal itself to the Panzer IV. He might lose this unless he smokes, which he does. And it's going to get killed now. So he actually lost this. Nice move there by Morbrook with the grenade. Something that a lot of people forget to do. One thing I've noticed, Morbrook loves his CQC micro. I've seen him doing it multiple times. Not necessarily such moves, but like attack moves in general, even with SMG units. So that's a really nice skill to have. Up north, really quiet. I guess the problem is just that one Panzer III is sitting at a really annoying spot. Maybe the Panzer Shrek could move in there. Maybe there's a safe angle to do so, but it's risky. I'm not sure if Morbrook knows that there's otherwise not that much here. But he can't push past the armor. And, oh, damn. Thanks for mentioning Grim Guy. Storm Tiger in the field, indeed. But they're just going to waste all of this, really. But yeah, as I was going to say, so this is one of the big issues that Lazar has. You don't have cheap armor to push in it. This Panzer IIIN is going to be so annoying because you have to bring in a Panzer IV, which is not super expensive and compared to like a heavy tank, but it's still 70 points that you need to find. And that's a lot to ask for. If you could bring just in like a Steward or something like that, it would be much easier to do. Well, Steward is maybe a bad example because it will struggle, like, pending this. Not super struggle, but it is not going to be super easy. Panzer IV being killed off by a J87, I assume. Panzergren here spotting, I guess. This spotting? Something spotted it, at least. Not a Panzergren moving in. Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to do that. He needs more CQC. Oh, he's going for the pin again. I mean, there's no EA here, so why wouldn't you? You have a Panther A coming in, which can definitely, like, fix the situation, as in there's no further push possible. But it's not retaking a flag just now. And that's what Morbrook really needs to do. So I'm not really sure if this was the best call at that moment. Pack 40 has been forced off, but it's moving in again. So the Stück 3 will only survive for so long. It pushes further over here. 6 and 8 again, with these flags being grabbed again. And now Panzergren moving a little bit too far here into the Panzerpioneer Lassar. This is one thing that Lassar doesn't lack, is CQC in A-phase. If you take both cards of Panzerpioneer, which you can. More Sturmpioneer coming in. We have reached B-phase, but there's there's a lot of reliance on this income advantage that Morbrook has here if you want to turn this around. So it's not going to be an easy one. Flamethrower actually managing to do the trick, unless this thing threw the TNT. No, it didn't. Turmgren might be able to kill a flamer though. Pack 4 now moving into position on the hill actually, where I can nicely cut off this. Stück 3 needs to be very careful. Panzerek is also here for up close, and the T-34 is also there, so it's going to be a tough one. Up close, the T-34 can also pen the Stück, so something that he has to be aware of. Now do you see the Panzer III actually pushing? I do see a fresh push up north, so Stahlbrecher knows that he's winning, he's won this, he's winning down south, so shifting to the next spot. This is a really good move there, this is exactly what you need to do. If you win in one place and then you win in the next place, you just move to the third place. Always keep pushing somewhere if it is your your time to push. Which, considering how it's going, it is always Stahlbrecher's time to push at the moment. Sturmtiger not really getting any further. I mean, fair enough. He probably doesn't want to get wasted by the Panther. The Panther will, at range, struggle to pen this. Like a 2K, it's not going to happen. And this thing, it will kill the Panther at some point. Like the HE damage, the 18 HE damage, it makes a difference. It is massive. So I would actually love to see that engagement, to be honest. I guess we're not going to see it. I'm going to be really disappointed about that. Panzer Sturmpioneers are now coming in. Panzer Strike will probably kill that though. Yep, it does. Pack 40 being able, and T-34 in positions to snipe transports. Leader falling back or being pushed back as well. One of these Panzer Sturmpioneers are being pushed off. they're a nice hybrid unit, however, for just purely this and not great. Oh, Schick's gonna get killed by J87. Nice, like thinking there by Stahlbrecher, actually. Like, Stahlbrecher is not making the mistake of sending in his tanks when he has this. So there was no need to engage that Schick 3. And this is a mistake that is easily made, right? You can engage that Schick 3. Because D34 can pen here, but there was no need, and he can save his D34. Now, this one not engaging the Pack 40 is wild to me. And Murbrook calling in a Focke-Wulf. So that, I'm going to be very critical on that. That is a really unnecessary call. And Murbrook does throw in the towel, understandably so. Only 30 minutes, so 13 minutes. It was a really short one. Quite decisive. Yeah, it definitely felt like that. Stahlbrecher doing... Yeah, it's just basically unstoppable. He was in that game. So this thing is really, like, this map is much of a Vanguard map, in my opinion. You can easily get a huge advantage in A phase, getting into a good position. And we saw that, right? If you really manage to completely push your opponent off the hill and do that fast enough before he can actually build a secondary line of defense, you can then actually control the edge of the hill, and it's going to be super annoying for your opponent to get past that and get back into the game. And this is true for both sides. Of course, Murbrook was on the bad side, although there's an argument to be made that I've heard a lot of times that up in the north you can kind of compensate for that, which it is not as easy. Let's put it that. It is possible, it's just not as easy. And not all divisions can compensate with that. So that's one of the issues that we definitely see there. But again, I just think this game was kind of lost in the picks. I just don't see Lazar being a good division for this map specifically, especially not against Hermann Göring. Not sure who first picked, but it is not the best call. I wouldn't first pick it on this map. I wouldn't use it to counterpick this, to be honest. Cream Guy says, even the nice 2 only has a 10% chance of punishing Tiger max range. Damn, it's that low. Says Tiger can't consistently one-hit mediums and sometimes even light ones. Well, it is not meant to do that. It's fun if it does, but it is not meant to do that. To be honest, the Tiger, in my opinion, is not a good tank. It is just too expensive for what it does, and you need a lot of micro, and you need to consistently get value out of it. It's just, it's not that good. But yeah, I mean, if you look at it, again, going back to the matchup thing, this is the cheapest tank you have. This is the cheapest piece of armor you have, and it dies easily, and it's kind of expensive because you have the APCR on it. Your infantry is all expensive unless you take the Volksdeutsche. Now, this is a nice hybrid unit, I give it that, but still, it is expensive. And then you have this is a good hybrid unit, not the best CQC unit. This one might actually be okay with the MP44 buff. I'm actually quite curious to see that. Although I think this, combined with the flamethrower, it takes more damage if it moves, well, also more suppression, so maybe that will still works out. This is maybe the one case where more damage would still be useful, but might be wrong. But yeah, and then you have like the pandas, which up close you really don't want to use. Like, you can use it in the north, and you can use it if you want to, if you lost the hill, or if you got the hill. But other than that, the pandas are completely useless, and then you have just Panzer IVs, which just die too easily up close. And this is the only light piece of AT against a division that has plenty of light armor. It is just a rough spot. Also, in A phase, this is the only thing that has AT on it. So, it's quite important. Just that it has the can that should have been used on a battleship. It should one-hit everything, it looks like. Well, yeah, but it would be OP. Like, imagine you could just bring that and wipe an IS-2 one shot. So... Panzer 4 and Stück 3 price buff will make this. You mean this one? Lazar? Yeah, I mean... Lazar is really not good on mid to close range maps at the moment, but it can fight on it because you still have a tank with a turret, being the Panzer 4, and you have all the CQC. So for quick play, it's actually quite good, in my opinion, and yeah, it definitely is going to be much better even. Like, this thing at 60 points is absolutely going to be nuts. From what I remember, there's 2 of those. There's a Panzer IV J and there's a Panzer IV G. Both are now 65 points, and I've heard, I might misremember this, I've heard that one of them is going to remain at 65 and one of them is not. I don't recall which one is which, though. probably the cheap version, which has lower armor, that's going to get cheaper, but I don't know. But still, you know, having these guys at 65 points is going to be disgusting. Strix being cheaper, again. This division, yeah, is definitely going to get quite the buff with this. And it really doesn't need it. And it gets the MP44s too. And I think it's in a decent spot at the moment, where for quick play, it's really good. For tournaments, it really depends on maps. And some maps, it's actually good. On this map, it really is not good. But yeah, I kind of agree partially with what you say, but I disagree in some ways too. And I mean, if you look at Hermann we've seen the things that they brought out in this game, right? But we can kind of see why this was a bad matchup. Because Hermann can spam these around, and they're not great, but if you spam around a lot of them, if you have to bring a 30-point, you need a minimum to deal with this. That's just bad. Then, of course, you have all the MP40s as well. You have good CQC. And then somehow you're supposed to deal with all the things over here. Like, these are cheap. Counter Panzer IV, deal with Panzer IVs nicely for the price. They also have Panzer IV, so you don't have an advantage on that. Then you have, there's these guys. There's even these guys if you really want to, and they can pen a Panzer IV up close. The 15 points only, and they can still like spam infantry. So even if you don't use them against tanks, then all the light armor. So it was just a scuffed matchup from the beginning. Also, this division is fast, so losing the hill was kind of obvious. So this is one of those cases where I think it's just impossible to fight over the hill for Lassagne in that matchup on that side. So this is one of those times where you just need to make the call that you're not going to fight over it at all. You put like 2 flamers in there just to make sure that in case your opponent doesn't push, you don't lose the hill, right? Because you don't want to give away anything for free. And then you just make a huge push down south or up north. Just put everything in there and go from there. So I think this would have been the call here, which he didn't make. So I think that was the major mistake there. But huge congratulations to both of them. Both have won a game. And I think both the games were decided in the Vans and Pigs already. Considering that Fajin Panzer you probably want to ban on that map, and DFL should be banned on Oceanov too. And then they picked 2 divisions that were not great against those. I'm not really sure who picked first and who picked second. So either they both did a first pick that was very risky, or they both made a bad counter pick. I don't know. But at least we got 2 very entertaining games. So I think I'm going to do another quick play game, because I actually wanted to... The original plan for today was to just make a playing out division video, since I said I wanted to do another video this week, despite my announcement that I might be short when it comes to time. So I'm going to do that. Now let's see what we're going to play. Again, it needs to be something that I can play as well in league. So I'm not going to pick any of these like super good divisions. Oh, this one. I think this I have caster. I need to clean up again. Just dump all the divisions in there and don't delete them. Is it going to be Axis or Allies? I think that's the big question. First Montez is usually banned. It's not. It's still good. I think it's not. You don't need to ban it anymore on every map, but it's still good. So it's often banned. Could play Hard to Neck, but it's often banned too. We played first mechanized instead of the MG42 unit. Third mechanized. I've played it for playing Air Division video actually, and I really miss my whole like statement about them were really bad. So I really underestimated this division and misplayed it quite heavily. That being said, I think that was before the infantry meta died, and now it's actually quite good. Now about this, the MG42, if you mean this one, do you mean this one or do you mean the Partisani? That one is MG34, but yeah, this one is actually quite good. MG42 I actually don't take, because it comes in a slow transport, and this division, you need speed. It's a Soviet division, you want to profit from the speed that you have, so take the SG43 actually. No Tiger 2's new year, never plays Steel Division 2. They are in here, they do exist in the game, however, they're not very good. in 1v1 at least. Reason for this is that they're very expensive and you need to really babysit it to make sure it doesn't die. Not saying that it's easy to kill, but you can lose it quickly if you don't pay attention and your opponent really wants to kill it. So this is the reason why it's actually not that good. So you hardly ever see it being played. Again, like in pure power level, yes, it is good, but if you take into account how much it costs in this game, it's just way too good, way too expensive. Valentine's feels so good. Brawling at close range, yes. Valentine's are good at the moment. Well, I think we can play Wolf Canadian maybe. I could go with another 6th armor, 6th South African armored. Maybe Maverick. Yeah, Maverick's probably the way to go. Let's look at this build. Is this an older one? Yeah, I haven't played this in a while. Is it even my build? That's the other question. Because sometimes instead of when I like copy someone's code for a cast, I sometimes mistakenly write the name of the division instead of the player's name, and then I don't find it, and then I just leave it. Just looks like mine, but maybe an older one. So could definitely play that balance, though. I do have a balanced build of it. Because this is one of the divisions that I see myself pulling out at some point. Yeah, this is the one that I think made on stream, actually, because I put these guys in. Then I was regretting not having more Piats in A phase, so... maybe we need to reconsider that choice. Let's go through the deck real quick. I have these with the scars for the Piats. I would probably just take them in A phase because we're kind of struggling with Piats over there. I can still take this 10 points. It's okay. Then we have more Piats. I think that was one of the issues that I had with this division, with this build, if I can remember correctly. I sometimes make builds and have some things in mind that I need to double check when after having played the game, and then I notice some issues, but after the game I forget to change them. So just that. Well, that looks okay though. Do we have more of these? 2 more? Yeah, that's not really helpful. I would also like to take the other ones, but I think we need some double machine gun infantry. Then again, having more half-tracks would not be a bad thing either. We are all taking decent half-tracks, so we have plenty of half-tracks around then. We don't need more. Nothing that would change here now. More of those would actually be nice, but it's going to get expensive and I want to have both of these. It's kind of my like light armor. Tank tab. We need a 5-line A phase, which we do. We have one in B, one in C phase. We're playing this balance. I think this division you can actually play with all the incomes. It's definitely not the best balanced division, but it has the tanks to go along. So you can do it. It's the best pick, probably not, but you know, we're here for the fun, right? We could take more of these too. Could take these, which would help us with the infantry, but I think we should just not focus on the infantry. Because are useful. We can't take them in anything super strong though. Yeah, this thing only has a Bren, so really not worth it. AT's okay. Grim Guy says no porty, 0 out of 10. I mean, it's good for pushing, but it just dies very easily. Honestly, if the slot costs were a little bit cheaper, I would fit it in just for the fun of it. And I think it actually, like, for the price, it's probably okay, I think. Especially since it can outrange quite a few vehicles. It is matchup dependent. Like in some matchups, I can actually see myself using this thing. But now but you need to take both M10s. You probably want to take both of these and 17 pound. You could dodge, but I don't have any fireflies in B phase, so I kind of want it in there. Chuck just says hard to play South African. I want it to be good as a South African. So nice to hear my mother tongue in game. Fair enough. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, but it's not in a great spot. Yeah. It's Western Allied armor divisions, and a lot of those outside of the American ones seem to be not great. Koenig will disagree with me here heavily, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. Maybe you can dodge these. We could take the Stackhand AA, so we have some more light armor. I don't think we need this. Oh, this one is the good one with 8 AP shells, though. Because this is another one that's like... No. I think it's the bad one. I know there's one that has more AP shells and one has less. 8's still not great. It doesn't one-shot, has low accuracy. 190 mils of Pendo. But we have 17 pounds. I think we can survive without it. So, there's that. But the second IA gives us a more light armor in A phase, which can be really annoying. So, I think that's pretty good. Artillery... I always take it and never use it. This division actually kind of needs it because I don't have infantry leadership. But I think I'm just not going to take it. And we're going to take one of these in A phase. We could do that, but everything is slow here. This is free and super slow. This is costs. Honestly, how fast is that? 60 kilometers an hour. 15 points. That's too expensive. We're going to take this. Or is this... Oh, I thought this was the ammo one. It is not. But another half track can move it. So this is the one option that I actually go for. This... We can vet it. This would not want to kind of vet. I bring it with ammo. This is actually really good. It's only 50 points and it's not that much worse than the 140mm. Really. Fires 2 more rounds a minute. Still 6 damage. Better accuracy too. I know what's the barrel length. Probably around the same. It is. So this is a good indicator usually of how accurate it's going to be. Because the accuracy that you see here is for direct fire. That doesn't really tell you anything. But barrel length is a good indicator. When is it going to be on sale? It's very often on sale. So next Steam sale is going to be on sale for sure. And then in between there's usually some sales too. So I just want to wait for one of these. I'm actually going to go with one of these. A reason being that these die easily to artillery actually. Because one direct hit and did that. These can still survive. So, and you can fold them back, which is a huge difference. So for more survivability of the A, I'm actually want to take one of these. I will pick it up, play it Steel Division Normandy a lot. Yeah, it has some difference from Steel Division Normandy, but I have not played that enough to really make a lot of comparisons. So, but it is a fun game. I can tell that much. And I think this we're gonna leave it as it is. This one I don't like them because they have a special like crit table and they die super easily. It's just a waste of points. I think Marauder Spitfire. Good enough. This one is still decently fast, good loadout, has a double set of bombs which I love because then you can turn it on and off. Only other thing that we consider would be the Baltimore. It's actually quite fast. Medium resilience, this thing is a very good medium resilience, so... speed can matter quite a bit though. So does resilience, so... And it's not just good, it's very good resilience. This thing is cheaper. It's more spamble in B phase. We're gonna take the Baltimore. Not sure if it's the right call. We're going to have to wait and see. But I think this is good as it is. Always struggling a little bit with this build. I know I'm not the best at playing or building it, but it's going to be okay. And let's see. No, I changed the other one, right? I'm going to delete that one with Maverick. Or write Maverick in the name so that at least know. I just need to find a 6 suffering balance. There we go. Let's see. And after that, I think I'm just going to... I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one after that, but if I do, I'm going to go for a little bit different division. That is a little bit better, probably. Because at the end of the day, with... What do we have now? 16 bans? There's still quite a few divisions that you can't ban, that are ban-worthy. So, the not top, but quite good divisions are worth practicing with. This is just one of those that can be good in some cases, which is why I like to keep them. I like to have some divisions ready to go that my opponent doesn't really know because he's not really experienced against it. Gross Deutschland on Costa Rica. That's a really bad matchup for me because he has plenty of infantry. His infantry is quite better. He has a lot of light armor too. My division notably has these guys, and then I only have those. So we have to play this smart. We don't have a good ton of CQC, and it's not very good either. think a push in the open is the way to go. If I don't screw that up. Unless he opens here with it. I can bring a Firefly, actually. But yeah, unless he opens here with a Panther, which will weaken him elsewhere, I think I'm going to be good. I'm on the bad side too. So I think center push it is. So I'm going to push into this. Try to, by extension, grab this flag and approach the town from over there. Shermans will do fine in town, and I do have Piet, so that is going to be helpful. I'll kind of be counting on that. So this is an area that I don't want to fight over. Problem is, if he's ever going to get into here, I'm not going to get him out again. So it's going to be quite a struggle. I don't have recon, forget about that. It's usually my first go-to. We can start with those recons though. The good thing is he is slow. One thing that this division really struggles against across Deutschland, I know this well because I love to play it, or used to. It's still a nice division. One of the things that it really struggles with is light armor. Fast light armor, that needs to be said. It has tools to deal with light armor, it's just not so good. They're also fast. We might be able to get in here then. Snipe this. We might be able to get in here and snipe something. And you specifically are going to be able to get in here and snipe things. Oh, no. This one, you also move fast over here. And then you drive in there. I think I should do the trick. Next up, we have Vickers, which is fast. We do have the speed advantage. We have to remember that. So we can bring in firepower fast. Bring one over there as well. I need to be careful. Sometimes you want to go there to take this route here. This one. And it's really annoying. I don't want it to do that. So I always need to remember to send it over there. You also need to go here first. And then you can go over here. That's good. Over here. Let's see. Maybe we can just like move past it with some tanks. Doesn't have any AT planes. So that's already good. So we're going to send in... Oh, we have these guys, which are cheap and spammable. They're slow. So that's the downside. My infantry is slow. That's okay. I do have the motorized rifles. So just going to push out here. Which I know is a bad call. And then these guys... I very specifically want them to not go on the road, because then they drive past and probably get bazooka or something like that. But we're going to move past there. Which is a bit of a weird call, but it might work. Might also not. We're going to have to wait and see. And then I'm going to send something like in here just to hold. I'm going to send some of these guys. One motorized rifles for the PR, just so that we have something here that can actually hold some ground. If they get in here, that's good. Have you ever noticed Panzerschrecks being without the CK at the end? No. Second A on the right side might be a good idea for fire support. I'm not really sure if it's needed with the Sherman. I mean, it's fast, but the problem is I don't think it's the unit for this matchup, to be honest, because he has all the armor that he has can deal with it. He will not have any HE, like purely HE light armor. So I don't think it's going to be needed. What is going to be needed though? Going to be this like in here. In case, and I'm just going to move one of these, the half-track, then just going to move in here. Oh, it's not backwards though. Because if there's nothing here, I'm going to grab the flag. So that's my reasoning over there. Like right there. And I think the rest of the recon, just going to send it right away. König Mugus von Bayern. I've not only now seen the full name. Damn. I'm just going to be very aggressive there. Over here, just going to put some support units down. Going gonna send some. We're gonna try and be aggressive for support. Then we bring in these guys just to hold ground. Oh, forgot we also need to send Cools, our soul pioneers, over here. Move them in here, and the other one in here. No. Should please also get over here, and then in there. Thank you. And we send some converter gunners with them to help. Okay, we also need something over there. We need to go this way in case he somehow tries to snipe things, which I don't think is going to happen, but you never know. We have Piets over there, so I'm fine with that. I'm going to bring a Piet unit over here just in case it tries to sneak any through there, and then we send the car over there. They can hold things as well. It's a very weird deployment, but we're going to have to wait and see. I'm a little bit afraid of any proper tank coming here, so maybe we should actually reconsider this. If we need this, we could send light armor there as well, instead. One less stag hound here, maybe. Put the stag hound over here. Should be enough to deal with proper armor, and then maybe Firefly, actually. $30 points that I need to find. Do we need all the converter gunners? I kind of feel we do. Yeah, so maybe a regular Sherman's going to do the trick. It's going to be enough. If it gets caught out by any long-range armor over here, I'm screwed. Ready. Good luck, have fun. He also has a lot of light armor on his infantry, by the way. Or he can have, like with the leaders and such. This I'm a little bit concerned about. But in terms of speed, my light armor is fast, his is not. So this is one of the big weaknesses of Cross Deutschland, which I'm trying to exploit here. Not sure if I can, though. So it's a tough matchup. But it is not impossible. That's good news. Just look at how slow these are. Feels horrible to watch them. But it is what it is. If he's smart, he goes hard for this and just tries to get all of this, because there's not much that I can do about it. Oh. Right. That's a recon, interesting choice. Oh, that's an issue. We're gonna have to react to that. Okay, so considering this, I wish now I had brought the Staghound AA, although it's not in range anyway, so. We brought the Tiger as an opener. That's a horrible idea. It's basically nothing over here, and that's good to know. I mean, it's also too expensive for an opener, so you don't want to open with a Tiger ever, basically. I'm more than happy to engage that with a Firefly later on. Maybe we want to approach this from over here. Oh, so there's a Panzerschreck over there. Alright. I think we're just gonna put another one of these in there. Since we can. Oop. There we go. No. At this range we can actually kill it with APCR. That's good. That might waste my Greyhounds. So the general problem with this matchup is it might pin this and like force it to retreat before he can kill it. Not the case in this time though, but it is generally speaking an issue. Oh, it died. This can easily be fixed. Not too concerned about that. You are free to engage this if you can. I really do not mind this at all. Oh, he got killed. Okay, not gonna work. Since he doesn't really have a lot of armor here, the stack on AA on this side might actually be able to perform. Oh, forgot that these guys got in. Interesting. Time for Sherman to come in here. Need some infantry to support it though. Protect it. Huh? What just killed that? Oh, the Firefly. Damn. Let's go, Firefly. I always believed in you. Ooh, no. Now it's too late. Maybe we can do a little bit of hit and run over here. Oh. Let's see. First needs to turn. Both of them, actually. Oh no, he retargeted. Yep, it worked. Snapping things, sir. That looks good. And he's not going to get through, and then we can bomb that afterwards. Which sounds very okay to me. Oh, he actually... no. Don't need to engage that at the moment.
I'm out of ammo. Understood. Over.
I guess we can get a Sherman in here. Now, it's going to reveal itself if it isn't dead yet. There we go. Now we can bomb it, and then we can retreat. Just queuing up that order. My goal at the moment is really just to cause as much damage and chaos as I can. So push, 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 push. Like there's no tomorrow. Which means I'm trading poorly at times. But I'm accepting this as a sacrifice. Since, you know, I can really gain a lot if I just push. Keep up the pressure, make sure that he's never going to have an easy time is a way better call. It's not that a range I can really engage super easily, but the stabilizer means that I can engage it. Oh, he doesn't have anything to spot for it too, so I'm gonna get a free shot. And I should shoot faster. I think I should have backed off. Yeah. I've definitely taken a bit too long now. Alright. Keep up the pressure. Oh. No. Got killed. No. No. Not okay. This is not the way I wanted to go with this, but it might not be safe actually anyway. No, it actually is, so we're gonna try. Might work, might not work. Just gonna bring Marder. I'm not happy with that. Bring one of these in there. Should do the trick. Since that one is not protected anyway, I'm more than happy to get in there. What just died? The half-track died. Oh, there's a Panzerschreck in there. He had them everywhere. I guess he was afraid of getting rushed, which, I mean, understandable. Did I actually kill something over here? Yes, I did. I know, can't see what it is, but take it. Oh. Gonna have to move over there. You know, I just have another one of these. And then one's the one with the bat resilience. Second A actually doing a little bit of work there. Might not be able to catch that now. No, he's turning. Spitfire's turning radius. Ooh. I didn't fuck it up with my micro. Would be doing what it does best. Being absolutely annoying. I can get over there. It's actually going to buy the bomb something now. I actually don't know what I want to bomb. I want to. Oh, I know what I want to bomb. This thing right here. The reason why I turned these off specifically is because these should do against the mortar. And what's very important. Oh, what's very important is that these sometimes, because they're on the wings, they actually spread. I've seen this many times, and I think it's because of that. They do spread, and then they kind of hit, like, go past both sides of the target. And that's obviously not what you wanted to do. So that's the reason why I specifically took this. Oh, what I actually should bomb is this. Because it's probably... can I support it from here? Yes, I can. Huge. I actually should bring recon in there too. Is it destroyed? No, not yet. What we can bring, probably should at some point anyway, is this. I'm just going to use this as a T as well. Oh, there was something in there as well. No, my friend, you're not gonna get past here. Say no to that. Just need to be careful not to run into the Panzerfall. Okay, that's too dangerous. Nope, actually spotted it. Nope, Panzerfall spots it. And I once again pick that up. Let's just spam some of these around because we can. It's using the mortar again. Guess what I'm gonna do again? Or is it? Let's wait. You don't want to like scare him off. Where is that mortar? Come to me. I know you want it. That's not really what I was wanted to do. I wanted to bring it over here. Maybe you can still do it, but it's probably going to get sniped by the Panzerfall. Get in there and make sure that we can keep that flag. Gonna wait for that mortar to shoot again. These are really nice just to be there and be annoying. That's what they do really well. Full penny should win that, although MP44s do damage, and you know, this thing is... No, they're not gonna do that. I don't think they will. Down they go. Whoops. Oh. Well, should have committed. Okay. Infantry. We need some infantry over here. It's actually going to overwhelm it, so I'm not saying no to that.
Outside your orders. Move and keep your eyes open. I am
Oh,
listening.
forgot that I still have that.
Sky is hostile up here. New orders, boss.
Oh, where's some water? Oh, he has AA now. I guess the next thing we're gonna do is... Oh, we don't have the the radio for it. Oh, we can just send one of these over here. No! I deserve that. Should have known better. This thing's still alive too. Very annoying. But how did he win that against the motorized rifles? Is it in machine gun range for some weird reason? This is where one of these comes in super handy. And I guess we're gonna put field engineers in there. Everywhere. I can keep one of them at the ready over there. I don't think there's an answer to that. That shouldn't be an easy win for the field engineers. This is why we have them. And wait, what? It didn't pin that? That's sad. Yeah, against a Sherman you can't really win with that fight. Alright. Where's that thing again? I can actually go until here. There we go. Now I do have the radio. Should be able to kill them. One of them is down. The other one, just retreat. So there's a bigger push there. It's just never worth it because it's so far. Like, yeah, it's pressuring me, but not that much. Be honest, happy to take that fight. And we can bring one of these. I'm not even using that many units here. No, he spotted them. Spotted them too. That's actually not good. Oh, just use more of the M10s. They're really useful because, you know, you have them to do... I don't really know how I'm going to get out of that one. But he hasn't penned it yet, so maybe I'm just going to be able to hide in here. Got one pen. Yeah. Ah, this is where we bring in the 17-pounder. Probably want to bring more of these. Finish that off. 2 attacks. Don't know what that is, but well, Spitfire. We can just bomb that. Go back. Don't want to do the double bomb trick here because I don't see the value in doing that. We could just bomb that out of a Baltimore. There's a reason we have them.
Everybody, check your ammo.
And he's pushed way past his AA net, so not really much you can do there. What do you spot? Oh, shoot! Again, I hate this. I really hate this. This reinforcement road is so annoying.
Fix bayonets. Line on me. Mayday.
It is so annoying. That would have been really useful. But can't win. Can't win them all. Oh, Sherman actually supporting this. Really nice there. Happy to... I actually have to be careful. There might be something in here. Not there might be, there is something in there. And something, a Stück spot on my Sherman. Better retreat, but yeah, it's probably not gonna happen. It is not in Piet range. This is awkward. Okay, we're gonna bring another 17 pounder this way, this time the right way. Also gonna move this into position. Should do the trick. And I hope that by the time these guys arrive, I'm gonna have cleared this out again. They're out of ammo. Interesting. Sherman, can you please just move in and kill that? Thank you. Would be very much appreciated. And we need ammo. So the reason why I have not actually brought any AA is because so far his Air Force has just not been super impressive. Like, yeah, these do damage, they can strafe. No denying that, but he's over-investing in it and it just can't do enough. Like, it doesn't do what it really needs to do for him. This is now very awkward. Yeah. That was kind of bound to happen. He's trying it again. It's just annoying. Not much more than that, but it is annoying. They might be able to overwhelm one of them. I don't really... Okay. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the Spitfire. That was stupid. Lol, I'm gonna kill his AA though. Because maybe I need to get AA now. It's annoying, but... That's alright. That's alright. I wouldn't have needed it had I not mismanaged my Spitfires, to be honest. I also need to bring that in there. Alright. Oh, brought in one of these. Yeah, I mean, that's an easy fix. Just put them there. We can think about retaking this later. Not a big issue. Especially since he's losing points. I could just move that out. It should probably be fine. No, he still hits it. That's not okay. It's not okay at all. But this thing is still alive. That's annoying. That's not the end of the world. I guess we're gonna bring more AA down. And a tank. Just gonna focus on the one. Just kill one of these then. And honestly, fire at will. Ooh, this is easy fixable. I think I'm still up overall, so... Oh, I actually lost one of them. There we go. And now all I need to know is where these guys are. Still have the field engineers, by the way, which I can keep ready for a push. And then once I know where they are, drop a bomb on them. Problem solved. This thing can re-engage. Should be safe once the Bofus is here. And then I should be able to win this. Back to winning this. And now we can actually engage too. Yeah, for the most part I just need to know where the units are, and then I can go with a big bombing run. I can actually have two. Still have some time before his fighters come back. So here. Right here's where we're gonna drop it. And here's probably gonna be over there. Oh, he has brought AA. We're gonna bring our mobile artillery. Fortunately, spread was a bit too large. Oh, he's trying to do these kind of games. Sir, you are disgusting. Just wanted to have said that. Oh, I can't decide. Pick something and probably miss, but... Nope. Didn't miss. Good. Okay, when I set fire at will, maybe not that on. Not the heavy artillery, maybe. One thing that we can do is we can just have like a rifles or two over here, and then we can hold that up. Okay, it's actually quite a deployment over there. So, but we can pin that. And then we can bomb again. We still have the Baltimores. We now have AA in place as well. We should spread these out probably a little bit. Just shoot at whatever you can see over here. You can shoot at whatever you can see. Oh, you can shoot whatever you can see over here. He might still throw TNT. No, he does not. So we can actually do a little game that is called engage and disengage. If you have the micro for it, unless he ground attacks and throws the TNT, I will get the win eventually. This is not the one that I wanted to fight. That's alright. I think we're just gonna bomb that. Oh, we can send more rifles in. It's really not an issue. I'm still a little bit afraid of that Panzerschreck. It can be anywhere. Could be making its way over here, so maybe we should use the Grouse. And this as well, just a bit. Okay, there's an AA piece over there. I don't really care about that. We're just gonna go air spamming because we can. I'm gonna air spam this because we can. Actually, oh, there's two over there. Might lose to Baltimore. Yeah, I don't want to lose you two then. I don't think going into the RT was really a good call for him though. Because I can do that longer than him. So, there's that. So yeah, Panzer IV over there. Don't mind that. Oh, I guess you can start shooting at this. Just taking it slow. I have time anyway. I didn't realize I basically taked him down. All I need is 13 land for just a little bit, and then we got him there. So, probably should start sweating this because it's practice for league at the end of the day. This is within radio range. You can do it. And we're gonna supply that afterwards. You can just go there. It's gonna do alright. Then we can take a stroke, grab this, and we might be able to push over there too. I can kill that without firing a shot with one of my tanks. It's actually good because then, you know, it's just efficient. I don't need to risk my tank. Oh, this is not efficient. If I lose my ammo. Move, move. It's going counterbattery mode. Against the grass though, which is not fantastic. Ooh. Now you move over here. Then we can also resupply you. I bring these guys, I have a lot of them. If you really want to fight the RT war, it's not a fight. Whenever you Maverick, you don't want to fight the RT war. It's never a good idea. Alright.
Grab your stuff and move. Yes, sir.
Which I'm 10 die. Oh. Seriously, dude? You are so annoying. He just snuck them everywhere. I hate these kind of people. It's just like, you want to win. Rant incoming, I know. But it's like, I know you play for win, but personally I rather play smart than just playing for the win no matter what. And it's one of those kind of plays. It's just like, I play to win at all costs, and personally. I want to play good. I don't want to play and win because I you know, did a move like that. That's my personal philosophy though. It's one can disagree on that. That's totally fine. It's just very easy to sneak. Like this Kastritsa specifically is super easy to sneak anything through. It's so hard, especially when like this, you need to really get a. If your opponent ever gets a hold on this, it's really hard to do anything. And the game is crashing by the looks of it. Cool. Nice. I hope it's my game. I think it is connected. Oops. It was actually out trading me. Interesting. Not too bad of a player too, but I don't think he was gonna win this. Like never. I was getting a bit too comfortable, for sure. Like I could have ended that before he actually started turning it around. He still would have lost it, to be honest, but I think I need to go more into sweat mode again. Well, it's a valid tactic. Well, look, it's one of those things where the game allows you to do it. It's not an invalid tactic. I'm not saying that's not a valid tactic. It's just, for me personally, and I think a lot of players feel like the same, it is a very cheesy thing to do. And it is basically on a map like Kastritsa where you can't cover like all the possible areas where you can sneak one through. It is a no-brainer. You can't counter it. And it's just a dumb move, right? You don't play smart. I mean, you kind of do, but you know what I mean. I think it's, again, everyone can have their opinion on it. I personally hate it. I also don't do it, but it's not saying that it's not a valid tactic. It is a valid tactic. It's also a tactic that the game allows you to do. So I would never say that it's something that you're forbidden to do for some reason. I personally just find it very cheesy and very unnecessary. Like, I think it should not be a thing, because on a map like Kastritsa, it's so hard to deny, and it's so easy to get a lot of value out of it. Because again, on Kastritsa, you can sneak, if you really want to, you can sneak anything from Kastritsa. That does not affect the front line, because it's impossible to guard against anything. You can guard it. It's just very difficult. Well, yeah, of course they're a high priority target. But yeah, that's my opinion on that matter. But this is a play that I never stop running. It's like the plane opener for me. If you open with a plane, sure you do that, but you don't win because you're skilled. You just win because you do a cheesy play that you can't really counter. And it's like, yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna finish it off with something that I play aggressively though. Do want to do another one? I probably shouldn't, but I want to do one last, because this one was not that fun, to be honest. It was very easy at the start, and then it kind of turned around a bit, and it was just going to be very, very grindy, so I didn't really enjoy that much. Also, it's just not the map for either of those divisions, but he was really better for that map. So yeah, I want to play something aggressive where it's either win or lose very quickly. So it needs to be something that we can play on We could play, where is it, where is it? And hope, okay. What are we gonna do? We're gonna play VDV. Is this my build? Did I play it, put it on Vanguard? I guess I did. We're gonna play VDV. And we are, if it's a long range map, I'm just not going to bother, because again, I want to get a practice game out of it, and don't want to wait for like 20 minutes on a map that is not made for it. That's just not fun. But if you get a map that is actually decent for VDV, we're going to practice. So if we end up on a bad map, I'm just not gonna play that. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Then if we end up on a good map, I'm gonna play that. So let's do that. I think that's a good idea. Otherwise, I agree. Map is rough for being careful, and at least no, should not keep gross near force. I'm gonna be careful about that from now. Well, here's the thing. All right, you can play like that with not getting them there. That's all right. I've done that in the past a few times as well. That's all right. I just don't like playing that kind of game, so I don't mind. Like at the end of the day, if you would have won because of these kind of plays, then it would have been that. I don't like them, but I don't need to like them. All I need to know is that, you know, I think I ultimately played better that kind of ignored. So this is what I personally get my most satisfaction out of. I know that I played better than my opponent. So I would have sucked, but it would have been what it was. So we do play against Vestlund Cooking. This is going to be an issue because he has so many years to spam around. That's not to say that I don't find it annoying, because obviously I did, but still, as I say. I'm not sure if I did that, so I'm going to do that. So we get recon out at the start. He has some recon plan of his own if he decides to bring them. Not sure if he does. We're gonna we have to play the smoke off map. So it's obviously a good map for us, so we're gonna use that. We're gonna play that. And this also means that these guys can be useful. As they can snipe transports. Also means that the VCVOD is gonna be useful. I constantly slow transports. I always forget. Imagine you could use this thing to snipe. Maybe it's better that you can't. Maybe it's better that you can't. Well, I wasn't playing back then, to be honest, but yeah, I can imagine how annoying that is. Not really something that should be in the game. It's good that it isn't. You can still do it with AT rifles, by the way, and it's still gonna be strong. Like 5-point AT rifle, I would still sacrifice that to make such plays. In terms of efficiency, it's, in my opinion, still a good call. Again, not one that I would make personally, but it is a reasonable thing in terms of strength. I'm gonna get a fast Niki in here as well. I'm not really sure what kind of transport he has and hasn't, so we can bring in. I don't want to bring an OB-25 that close. That seems a little bit. Dushka's a bit slow. It is much I've heard, yeah. I can imagine how annoying that was. I guess we shouldn't go for a play over here. Oh, I was gonna say I don't have this on Niki, but I do. Okay. Good. I was really questioning myself there. So a lot of my tanks are not as effective because they're good, like cost efficient against tanks, not so much against infantry. I have the Gavardia too. I should put the Gavardia in the half track actually. I don't know why I did it that way. Don't like the call though. I like these guys in half track, but not in the armored half track necessarily. The reason being that it is very expensive for CQC. When this division is not that bad because it's not the only CQC. But if it's the only CQC, I really hate it. Again, a reason is just that it is very expensive. And yeah, it's kind of too expensive for me personally. And the half-track can't support it, right? If you have the half-track somewhere where the unit can actually be supported by the half-track, that's way better. But if it's just there to be there, it's not as good. Guess we can open with one of these over here. If there's any armor that can kill them. What do you think? Bring the sneaking half-tracks double that, so half-track get double that as well, and it's not that expensive car. I mean, you can do it. I just don't think that having the half-track double that is really worth it, to be honest. Do I really want to bring them? I don't think I want to. It's not much that I can do. Definitely played against this guy before. Ancient Predator, I remember the name. I just don't know if he's good or not. Just gonna get another Gavadi here. Blanks is definitely where we're gonna make plays. I need one of these though to go in here. And I need Dushka over here. Hey, am I? But yeah, I mean, you can do it. I just don't think that the half-track at double that is that important that I would really do that. But, I mean, that's my personal opinion on that matter. So, I might be wrong. Obviously, so if you feel like it's a good idea, maybe try and let us know, because I'm actually curious. So if you tell me it's a good call, I will definitely try it as well at some point. What we can do is have them just here to make sure nothing can drive through. It has 4 PPH, so it can at least defend itself a little bit. Same thing over here. It doesn't have a lot of armor though, so if anything tries to just drive through there, I can stop it. Maybe should put more stuff for the rush over there. More of these. Can't hurt. Need recon as well. The Sandra Sector. Did I already pull one here? No, I did not. And I guess a 50mm mortar over here can't help. Can't hurt. We're up against the Yakam, we're definitely gonna need it. And over here we can do the same. Same reasoning. Just don't know what I'm gonna put, like what I'm gonna take against this on occasion. What, like all these kind of things are nice against armor or sneaking behind, which I'm not gonna do. So, and then the infantry, well, we don't have a lot of range infantry, so that's gonna be an issue, obviously. We can have another one of these. If he has a Panzer IV, we can help. It does a little bit of infantry support, not a ton of it, but you know, it's better than none. Ready, good luck, have fun. So, might as well. Might as well. And then we're going to send out our nice little bombers. These ones I really like because they're 20 points. And the blue that's actually decent. Like, they can kill stuff. And they can still pin it otherwise. Also, another one of the reasons why I like them. Slow. So you can't use them for the plain opener cheese. If you haven't heard it, I'm not a fan of that thing. It's like sneak the Panzer Shreks through the backlines. It's like the game allows you to do it, so it can't say that it's not okay. I just don't think it should be a thing. So these kind of recon bombers are okay. They're still super long because they're so cheap. You can really bully some divisions with that. Oh, I forgot he has tractions. Put like something like flamers in there though, by the looks of it. Ooh, stop. Okay. Whatever it is you have here, I'd like to bomb it. Okay, so he brings these. So we're going to bring that for the range. taking... What flag did he take? Oh, this one. Yeah, that's alright.
Камрад, камрад! Взвод построен и ждет приказа.
Просто в засаду нас не...
Ваши приказания?
Внимание! У меня плохое чувство.
Оружие на изготовку!
У меня плохое чувство. Что приказов?
No. Don't. Forgot that he had the tractions, really. That would have been huge to make that push. We can still get in there, probably.
Санитар!
Oh, these are annoying.
Так точно.
Прицел 10. Огонь!
Да, товарищ капитан.
Враг близко. Защищайте орудие. Наготове.
Примкнуть штыки! Зацепили! Стрелки готовы! Санитар!
Охотник за танками готов.
Right, can I get in there? Oh, this got wired. That's not good. For obvious reason.
А Берлин, товарищи! Ведь для нас цель, товарищи.
Оружие на изготовку! Взвод построен и ждет приказа.
Бросайте машину. Враг близко. Защищайте орудие. Быстро и точно. Готов для мотофотографии. Бросайте машину.
I guess the air can't fly fed to there. That's of course a bit of a problem.
Товарищи.
Let's bring the heavy stuff. Oh, I didn't want to unload that. But it is what it is. Oh, he killed my A. That is obviously not good.
Глаз в небе.
Ah.
Разговорчики в строю.
What killed this tank now?
Огневая позиция.
Did I move that forward? Something killed it over here, so he's gotta have something over there.
Ваши приказания?
He's using... I think he has all the comfort in now. He has something over there. Don't know what it is though.
Я больше не могу.
Осталось на фугасном. 6 снарядов. Огонь. Доставлю вас туда в долю секунды.
But he still can see that, damn.
Да?
Я больше не могу.
Готовы открыть огонь.
Отступаем!
Мы готовы.
Wish I could see whatever that is over there.
Глаз в небе. Осталось на фугасном. 6 снарядов.
No, we can't make that push right now.
Орудия заряжены и готовы.
Oh. Yeah, again, I'm playing really bad today, and I think we can notice it.
За родину!
Понял. Меняю позицию. Отбой. Слышу вас хорошо. Готовы сравнять курсы, товарищи. У меня плохое чувство. Так,
He killed off my leader, damn.
Отступаем!
мне отсюда все отлично видно.
Вижу противника.
Gonna be somewhere over here.
Захвачено.
Борис, ложись!
The fact that I just can't see it is insane.
Мы готовы.
Like, come on. There is an AT piece there. I know that it's there. There it is.
Жду ваших приказов, товарищ капитан. Орудия заряжены и готовы.
No, the leader is over there.
Ребята!
Yeah, I'm playing this really badly. This is really not a good matchup, I feel like. Because his infantry, his line infantry is so much better, and they don't really have anything to counter that.
Меня отсюда!
So,
Зацепили!
wouldn't know how to do it. And as you can see, I really struggle.
Приказы!
Because, yeah, how am I going to do that?
Черт побери! Я сухой. Лечу обратно.
Yeah, he can't really hurt me with that. Oh, this is actually good.
Зацепили!
Yeah, it just has so much spam. It's really hard to deal with that.
Борис, ложись!
Yeah, the best thing's gonna do is just out spamming me. Jesus. Oh, he has another one of these here. He has them everywhere. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just gonna do another one. This is not a fun game. Like getting out spammed by Dunkirk is just not. I know he's good. I just don't know. No, he's not good. No, I think it's one of these guys who downloaded the game on another PC and then resets the multiplayer stats. I think that's what it is. Might be wrong though. But yeah, it's just like the spam is really unmanageable with this division. Like you don't have the sustainability for it. And I don't have enough infantry for it too. Well, we're gonna change the half track things real quick. Let me see. We're gonna try it again. I can't stop with that one. Oh, you only have. You will need to double. Okay, this is why I didn't take it. Did I take anything else with it? Oh, okay. Here we go. So this is what it is. Found it. Tanko with. I can only. I can only take it with the half track. Okay, that explains a lot. But do I just take more Desantiki then? I think I do. Yeah, screw the F though. The Tanko. And oh, maybe nah. Oh, we have one of them, so it's okay. And then we take the Gavardia with the half track, so they can actually support it. I think that it's going to be okay. I think that should. Oh, I could have actually used only B-face though. Yeah. Again, I'm playing. This is why I want to practice. I'm playing really bad at the moment. But I think this was a combination of me playing bad, not expecting the AA piece in the open, and yeah, just not being able to deal with that kind of unit spam. Because of course the Yakamp is super good. I have nothing that can match that, and then yeah, I mean you've seen the tanker being overwhelmed by two Festings. It's just hard to deal with that. I'm gonna try again this division if I can find it. It's a big if. What to ask for? VDD, there we go. Not giving up so easily, but well, the game we give up so easily, but I'm not gonna give up on VDD. If it's the same guy again with the same division, I'm just not gonna like. This is not a fun. Getting spammed with this hardened is not fun. But yeah, just like I didn't know what to buy to be honest, because I had all the infantry. But this is a good map. It's a good matchup too for us. The looks will actually be a bit of an issue, but I think the Valentines will be able to deal with that. He does have an AT plane. I need to be careful about that. He doesn't have a ton of AA. So these are the stars going to be all right. But yeah, I definitely need to work on my. But yeah, I also forgot about the tractions, which was kind of an issue because I put everything into like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get there first in his little village and pressure him there, and that just didn't really work because yeah, he had the units to deal with that, which sucks. Now in this case, actually, we can use the Visible actually, PTD. So looking forward to that. We still might need to take more infantry in A phase, though. I think this might be a little bit excessive for B phase. But let's see. First things first, do we want to defend this? He has some tools in A phase, he can definitely use that. So we need to be a little bit careful. I think I'm not gonna... I think the way I'm gonna defend this is like this. I'm not gonna actually hold the flag. It's gonna make sure they can't push through. Because if he has this, then defending this is gonna be really annoying. Like, once I'm out of CQC areas, it's not easy for me to get back in. So I'd rather make sure that this is not going to be necessary. I need to remember to turn, like, put this on return fire. Actually, I'm going to put it like right here. He doesn't really have a lot of fast stuff, so... I'm also going to... Did I just move it? Yeah, I did. Put one here just in case trying any shenanigans like moving in there. As for this, I just might not decide not to fight over that. Now, the town. This is where we rush. This is where we rush. He also has flamers, so not too deep, just far enough that we can actually fight. Are training third VDV? Yes, kinda. This one is one that actually might actually very realistically be banned, but if it's not, you know, it's not just a question of training. Like, anything that I practice on stream, obviously, is prone to being banned for obvious reasons, because then everyone knows that I'm playing it. That's the downside of being a content creator, I guess. But it's a division that I like in principle. Like, I like the idea of this division, and I wanna get better with it. And if I get to play it in League, that's great. If not, then not. But well, I want to definitely also train with division that are like how do I say that? Like, they're good, but they have their flaws, because I actually think that makes you really play better. Like, playing either trash divisions or like not super garbage, but like playable, but really challenging because they have a lot of issues, or ones that are strong on the right maps but still need you to work very well and play very well. I think these kind of divisions are good for practice because it really forces you to... I think that the previous game showed it perfectly. Like, had I played better, this would have been winnable, I think. It was just really annoying. I mismanaged it by not getting into CQCS that I needs to get into early enough, right? So that's a lesson I learned from it. So I really need to make sure I can get in there. So, for example, here, it could definitely be an idea to get in here. Actually, I could do that. Make a big push over here and then try to get this, because like he can't dig me out of here. And I have radio units, so I can easily just re-grab flags. It's the right combination of tools, but it's actually doable, right? So this is the kind of things that, so no, talking about it, this is an idea that I now actually got. So this is one of the reasons why I want to play in with the train with these divisions. So I think we're actually gonna change things around here a little bit, which we're gonna grab this. We are gonna, I think, put an OB25 over here so they can actually support a push. We are gonna put like a flame or something like that. Oh shit. Oh, he's a nice guy. Whew. Okay. We're gonna have these ready. Love you, man. I know you can't see this, but I love you. It's a nice thing to do. We're gonna unload there. We're gonna move these guys in, just so that they're ready. And then we push when needed. We're gonna make a very aggressive move over there. And then we're gonna try to get in here and get all of this. Which means we want to take VZVOT with us. Also gonna keep them ready, waiting. Right, we also need our sneaky, flamers. Need to keep him busy over here a little bit. We're gonna try to get in there. It's probably not gonna work, but then we need this over here. We probably want to have a Dushka in the town. like right here. He might snipe that with 80. I hope he doesn't, but good. Valentine's over there.
Жду приказов.
Maybe some actual infantry.
Такси готово.
And that is it as a very light deployment. We're gonna try it and make this work. Ready? Good luck, have fun. Yeah. Sometimes you need to try new things, and I think this is one of those cases where we actually have an advantage over here and should try to push for it. We could find the classical way, probably with all the CQC. Drop like smoke off map over here, then we get it. Don't want to rush him now if he's not ready. But yeah, we can definitely make run. We could make run over here, and then once we're in here, it's again like, or here is super annoying for him. So we might make a later push in there. The visible PTRD and some doesn't need him, maybe a little bit of line infantry as well, because we might need that. Maybe a tank too, and then just go for that one. I think it's a ballsy move, but it could pay off big time if we manage to get there and get those flags. Okay. There we go. Just wanted to double check because I mean, I don't want to rush someone. You know, maybe he went to the toilet or something like that. Just looking on his phone, anything really. So don't need to do the reverse of rushing the timer. Oh yes, these guys. He's. Oh no, is he doing that?
Глаз в небе.
Is he doing that? No, he's just going for this. I don't think he has the guns to shoot it down, to be honest. Oh no.
Я как уж на сковородке.
Oh, is this how's it called? I completely failed.
Ваша карета вас ждет, товарищ.
Маневром и огнем, ребята!
Доложить
I was wondering for a second if this was the how's it called? There's the one guy who just does like these kind of cheese plays.
Ура!
I was wondering if it's that guy actually.
Зацепили!
It's like the play opener guy. Very famous for that reason.
Я пятый. Атакую врага. Прошу повторить прием.
Борис, ложись! Я больше не могу. Прикончили, гад!
Okay, I might need to unload another one of these.
Точно!
Заметим противника. Итак, мы были выявлены. Война в том направлении.
Ваши приказания?
I don't think he can kill that in time. No, he can't. He can't. Alright, push through. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Да, товарищ.
Right. Push through. You can push through as well. Well, the reason why you probably haven't seen it before is because it's usually not that good of a push.
Будьте начеку!
Shit. What's a stupid call? Okay, we might need a douche over here. Something appears to be coming over here.
Вытащите меня
I'm a little
отсюда!
afraid of him doing the thing that the other guy did to me previously, because it seems to be... My impression of him would be that he is that kind of guy, so...
Куда вы направляетесь?
Борис, ложись!
Развертывайтесь, товарищ.
Okay, here's the thing. Since he apparently doesn't have AA, might as well just do that.
Глаз в небе.
Visivot, show you power. Okay, we can put a decent leaky bat everywhere. And then I guess we have to use some proper armor. Put back in there.
Будьте начеку. Враг
Противотанковое ружье готово. Осторожнее, враг рядом. Ваше приказание, товарищ. Они отстреливаются. Что вам угодно?
I wonder if what's going to lie to that. No, 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 no. Just going to send in a ton of Zaniki. Maybe we should also just accept that we lost that.
Отделение ждет команды.
Well possible. He's sending in... Oh, he's sending in something faster now. I don't think he can kill both of them in time. He can't kill either of those in time. It's very good. It's very good. Huzzah! He didn't even kill it. Doesn't matter, killed that. Huzzah! Dodged that. I kinda dodged that. Half track. We need the power of half tracks over there. We also need more power of half tracks over here. These guys are actually sitting in dangerous territory over here. We need to be very careful about that one. Oh, no, 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 don't get away. Don't get away. No, no, no. Okay. I'm gonna call these guys here in to go over there. So, you can do that now, please. You can actually move here. You can try and see what you can find there.
Оружие на изготовку.
Happy with you being where you are at the moment. We're gonna get a VZ-bot in here, and that doesn't Niki. And you can just go in there. Oh, I got two of those here. That's not really what I wanted.
Разговорчики в строю.
Right, alright.
Ваши приказания. Я больше не могу.
Right, let's see what we can do there. I didn't realize I got 4 of those leaders.
Прошу повторить. Прием. Поехали. Опасайтесь засад.
Gonna get some artillery out, some mortars. Alright, I can't shoot from there. Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have. Oh. You can go check over here. No, you check over here. You check over here. Thank you.
Учили гадов. Назад, назад.
Damn, that's not what I wanted.
Санитар.
Расцветали яблони и груши, поплыли туманы над рекой.
We can bring one up close. No problem. We can also bring a Valentine over here. It's going to take ages for it to arrive, but we can do it. We can have one of these in here as well. You can link up. We need some recon over here, probably. And then I think we're going to go for a push over here, which we don't really have the resources for anymore, but we're going to find a way.
Вставай, страна огромная.
Just trust me, bro. What do you see?
Я вас слушаю, товарищ.
Ah,
Они отстреливаются.
I mean, no, it's probably not going to work.
Замечены фашисты.
Oh, something's over there. We'll have to kill that. We can go for that. We just need to turn off APCR.
Санитар.
Think does Aniki should win that? Maybe it's not going to win that.
Без нас вы были бы слепы.
Things in there. Can I kill that?
Атакуем врага.
We could also do is get that.
Осторожнее, враг рядом.
Сделали их. Да, товарищ капитан. больше не могу.
Alright. Get just one of these in here. Just in defensive position, you know.
Я тут командую.
No, why did you all unload?
По машинам!
Did I misclick again? Yes, I did.
Строен
Oh, we can
лишь
kill
по
that.
приказу.
Alright, you can go there, you can go there.
Вставай, страна огромная.
And now you guys can move in.
Зацепили.
I'll actually be able to win that fight here.
За родину!
I think you can deal with that.
Хорошее попадание.
We can redirect this. It's Stux, so I don't want to bring a...
Так точно.
No, okay, this doesn't work then.
Отступаем!
Глаз в небе. За ним и трупы. Мне отсюда все отлично видно. Эта война закончится к Новому году. Нас попали.
Ваши приказания?
Alright, keep up the pressure.
Уже в пути управление.
And bring some more Desantniki. Bring also in... Bring these guys in as well.
Куда мы направляемся?
Ваши приказания?
Right. Let's move through there. Cool, we should have seen that before. Maybe I answered that comment, but yeah. Gotta try new things. You need to. Get creative sometimes. I don't do that very often, so.
Мой пулемет к вашим указаниям.
And I really should. Alright, whatever is in here hiding, we should find it.
Так
And then we can get in here as well. It's going to be hard for him to dig out. Trying to go for that too. By the looks of it, it's still alive, whatever is there. That is potentially an issue. I think I saw something over there. Probably saw something over here. Repairing, so he has AA now. It's very good to know.
Осторожнее, враг рядом.
What is he spotting here? Or the half track.
Прикончили гада. Стрелки готовы.
Бойцы, война в том направлении. На позиции!
Alright. Bring more units over here and then we can move. Oh. Oh no, it's actually good. Oh, there was something good. Oh, my mortar died too.
Вижу противника.
That looks a bit. We should maybe unload that.
Отделение ждет
And I'll just move it in here, which is where it can actually sit defensively. Just need to be a little bit smart about how I play this, but it's going to be alright.
За родину!
Bring one in here just to make sure you can't push easily. Can set one in here to support this little attempt here, which admittedly is very risky. Oh, I didn't call it in. Okay.
Сделали.
Dodge that grenade. Possible. There's a Shrimpio. Can easily kill that.
Ждет указаний.
Something died. My leader. Rude. I can move back in. Okay, machine gun is still there. Can I kill that?
Крышка.
Okay. So we just get 2 of these in. 3 of these in actually. Oh wow. That bombing run is actually really paying off. Not paying attention.
Выдвигаемся.
Speaking of things paying.
Враг близко. Зачистите орудие. Отдавай офицеру. Делаю его цель для немцев.
Triple vent there's on Iki. Ah, it doesn't hold up the Shrimpio.
Я вас слышу, товарищ.
I mean, we had to expect that, didn't we?
Поехали. Опасайтесь.
We can try again, though.
Больше не могу.
Oh.
Жду приказов.
Взвод построен и ждет приказа.
У нас потери.
Do you spot this thing?
Враг близко. Защищайте
Got it.
Сделали их.
Mhm. We can't. He doesn't have AA over here, though, does he?
требы.
Ooh, we have radio over here. Don't mind if I do.
Снарядов. Огонь.
Don't mind if I do. We need to get some secrecy in there, though.
Да, товарищ капитан.
Can you not? How can you not see that?
Так точно.
Looks like you should. Maybe you need to be over here.
Так точно.
Oh, got that flag. They're free trade, so it should be fine.
Заголовок в небе.
Oh, there we go. One of you can go over there. And one can go on the leader. One can go on that one.
Заголовок в небе.
Then we're going to be fine.
Занесло.
Okay, we should really start bringing AA.
Вытащите меня отсюда.
Like one of the few instances where Grantan actually gets killed. Get another one in here. Another one in there.
Санитар.
Oh, there's a lot of things in here to push through.
В строю. Вытащите меня отсюда.
I guess we're gonna bomb to the... Oh, do we have an IL-2 too? Damn.
На себя командование, товарищ.
Okay.
Еще одно попадание, и мы трупы.
Yeah. His push is really...
Чёртова американская радиостанция.
Oh, there's this little patch of force that makes it so you can't see from the side. Damn, is that annoying.
Огромная. Стрелки готовы. Продолжать движение.
Also can't deal well with moving targets with this. It's very unfortunate too.
Сковородки.
I need to retreat from there.
Заметил противника.
Примкнуть штыки.
Я как уж на сковородке.
Сделали их. Вставай, страна огромная.
Сержант Попов ранен. Заметил противник.
Оружие на изготовку. Сделали их.
Мне отсюда все отлично видно.
Приказы, хлопцы.
We need to spread out. Oh, wow. A huge force over there.
Прикончили гадов.
Yeah, the TNTs are like the big counter of the Thessaloniki. We're gonna send them over here and then we can decide what we want to do with them.
Чёртова американская радиостанция не хочет работать.
Gonna get another flag there, so I should keep up the pressure.
Зацепили.
Ваше приказание, товарищ.
Tiger. Interesting choice.
Заметил противник.
Oh. Maybe not.
Санитар.
So let's see if he still has that. I need just something in here to hold that flag. That's how I lost that, I guess. That's another flag. It's not good. Make sure they get another one back. Okay, there's the flag filling. Might lose them actually. Can you please spot this thing? Oh, you spotted it. That's why. No, I didn't want to move you.
Оружие на изготовку.
I actually got out. Ooh.
Сделали их.
Я тут командую.
Борис, ложись.
Alright.
Bitte, nicht schießen!
Отделение ждет команды.
I'll just push 59 again, love that. It's gonna fall soon though because of that. There we go. Just need to make another play somehow. You can't win against both these. And I know that. You probably know too. Can you go in there? This is super cheesy, but actually, turn off auto coverage, just stay there. Apparently nothing can see you here, so... not yet, yeah. Exactly over there. Oh, you're spotting that one. This one I don't mind that as much. Oh, I also should buy stuff every now and then, shouldn't I? It's O. It's O. That's the keybind. Well, if you're driving through there anyway, might as well... Oh, there's a tiger over here. It's not what I want to go with against. It's desperate, but he can't win at this point. Victory shall be mine. In 17 seconds, maybe less. Maybe more, but... less definitely not going to happen. GG. It's probably a bad call to move it there, but it's okay. And there we go. So yeah, keybind is a really useful one. You should use that very often. Who play against? Not inexperienced. By the way, I don't do that to shame anyone or anything like that, but I'd like to see the stats. It's always interesting. Gives you like a bit of feeling where you're sitting when you play against someone, and depending on how easy or difficult it is, you have a feeling of how well you're doing at the moment. And considering that this week I'm playing like crap, quite happy actually. So, yeah, I might have gotten a bit quiet towards the end, but I think this is also the end of the stream. We've done some quick play after the 2 very nice games, so that was really cool. So get some practice in as well. Hope you enjoyed it too. And yeah, I think next time, I don't know when I'm going to stream next. Probably there's no, maybe I have time for it next week, but maybe not. So maybe, who knows, maybe next time we stream with the new DLC. Don't think it's going to drop within a week's time, but maybe, who knows. I definitely hope it's going to be very interesting. Cool stuff coming. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and see you all next time.